It's always gonna be super tiny.
It might be bigger now for you. Oh yeah, for you guys. I know what you mean.
We're all gonna have the like 160p cameras get mics and be in full 4K.
Oh no! I toned myself down. I'm at 360p.
Well, so rather than make everyone else better, he just made himself worse. Nice.
Perfect stream quality, Mike. Yes.
Playing down to the
You
competition.
don't need to see my face in 720. Come on, bro. You need to like sub to all of them.
What
for
about
that.
the rest of our faces? Oh my god.
Hey, by the way,
Who
I
needs
want
it?
to share some news with you guys.
Is this news that you can share on the internet?
Yeah, it's cool. Today's me and Sandy's anniversary, 20 years.
20 years.
Damn.
And he's
Man,
giving it up to come do a BOOMcast with us.
I know. Damn.
20
Let's
years?
just say I gave it up already. How about that?
Bro. Damn.
Sure, you know her. Look,
Congrats,
it's
dude.
9 o'clock. The best thing she could do is let me be. You know, that's it. You know, she's gonna be like, "Thank God, it's some peace and quiet."
Damn, 20 years. Look at
Yeah.
that.
That's a
Congrats,
long
dude.
time, bro. Damn.
I know.
Mhm.
You know what's
I was
another?
gonna say something inappropriate, but it's cool. Oh, it's-
Congratulations to you and Sandy. But it's another big one for us too. It's actually the
Mm.
50th episode of the
Whoa.
Boomcast.
Yeah, hold that, Suiken Sandy. 50, not 20.
Yeah, ours. Every show is an anniversary. You guys just never knew.
Damn.
But yeah,
Got
welcome back, guys. We're joined with the usual suspects. We got Rip downstairs, we got Ricky next to me, and then we got Suiken over here as well. But yeah, we're back. It's been a while. I think last time we talked about a little bit of Tekken 8 stuff, but we've had a little bit of controversy, I think in the last week or two in the FGC about a particular controller type that has been pretty controversial for the last couple of years, and they've been getting away with murder too. But
Since they came out.
yeah, but Capcom officially came out with a notice of rule change in anticipation. You know, they also had the $1 million prize pool announced at the finals too. So
I think that was our last BOOMcast. We did that part.
Right. And so in anticipation of the 2023 season, Capcom has made the decision to update the Capcom Pro Tour rules in relation to the leverless controllers. This was done to address consistency and fairness concerns. This rule change can be viewed on CapcomProTour.com. The complete rules for the season will be available closer to the start of ZPT. And then, the biggest ones of the leverless, movement, HitBox themselves came out with a response immediately after that regarding the CPT 2023 rule set. Please know that we emphasize with all of these new concerns and uncertainty for our existing and new customers, this is still a developing situation, which we assure you has our full attention. We are confident that we will be able to provide a solution to our customers that will comply with any changes to rule sets. While Capcom and Street Fighter are an important part of the fighting game community, they do not represent the community as a whole. The larger community and its leadership have already ruled many times over that the current SOCD resolutions in our controller are appropriate for tournament play. We stand firmly by and believe in this standard, a standard that was set more than a decade ago and that is still implemented to this day. And then the slogan, hold on guys, up plus down equals up.
Get away. Because after this, the tweets were fired up. The comment section in this tweet they put out was really crazy. Oh my
Honestly,
God.
I pretended like I didn't know shit about this topic and I just let Mike go off. And just hearing him talk, this sounded like the most like political bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life. It sounded like those political commercials that show up right after the news that says, "Don't vote for this asshole." This guy does all this garbage. Vote for me. It's like it just felt like that. And that's the main problem. That's my main problem with this. It just feels very gaslighty. It's not. That's not cool, man. And
I
plus,
mean,
up plus down equals up. Who the fuck thought that was a good thing to put on the internet and think like, yeah, this is gonna hit hard. I want to put this shit on a bumper sticker. Up plus down equals up.
They were literally. I felt like they were like, "Yo, we can't stand for this. Let's go, all of us!" Like riling up the army, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it felt like a reverse Uno card that happened in that. I was like, yeah.
So I mean, I think the best video I've seen on this whole topic is by Brian F. So you guys should go check that one out. If you guys haven't seen it, basically, right? But
Good point. Yeah.
he explains like how this rule worked in Street Fighter V, how it's going to work in 6, and why Capcom made this change and what it means going forward, and why HitBox made their statement. Long story short, basically in Street Fighter V, you can do instant flash kick, like perfect frame flash kick with this shortcut, right?
Yep.
So they wanted that removed, right? If you try to do it on a pad, even if you use the analog stick, it's a little bit easier, obviously, with D-pad at the same time, but it's possible. On a stick, you cannot even do it at all, basically. It's like 1 in 20, basically. But on a hitbox, it's like every time, boom, perfect flash kick. So to address that, Capcom tried to do it this way now, right? Where if you do up and down together, it has to be both input sent or neither of them. And basically, because of this change, though, it's going to open up all of the bad stuff in the hitbox before. So stuff like perfect DPs and stuff, or walking forward fireball is going to be possible now. Blocking overhead is going to be easier now because you can just mash on the up while holding down, etc. Yeah, so there's all these new loopholes that are going to be uncovered from this now. So it's this weird situation. Yeah. So the thing to me is like, you know, they tried to address a problem that they saw with the hitbox, right? And now they've opened up more problems with the hitbox. So there's two problems, right? One is, how do you enforce all of these leverless controllers, right? People are saying, some of the manufacturers come out, they said like, we're going to put an LED on ours so you know that it's like the right mode, etc. I'm like, dude, anyone can put an LED on their stick, you know? It's not going to help really.
Yeah.
So it's basically, you either test it live and make sure every single one of those things does it, or you test them all right when they come in or something. It sounds like a real pain in the ass.
Yep.
Or the thing that no one wants to say is you could just ban them all, which, you know, is an option.
No, people want to say that, but
but they can't, right?
I feel like it's too late. You know, it's
if you're Capcom though at this point, right, and you've tried to make a change to this, and now you've opened up this can of worms, like where do you go from here?
The only option is to ban or allow it, or just keep the old style, because I don't know which one's the right answer.
Nah, this is gonna be a coalition between all of the publishers and developers and even Nintendo. Ban hitboxes. It starts with Capcom. Capcom's in their first big tournament. Next year, Tekken's gonna be like, they're smart. We're gonna take it a step further, ban all of them, and then Smash, and then Nintendo's gonna come back somehow and ban Smash again. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know where
Nintendo's gonna ban Smash.
Yeah, I mean they've done that so many times, so it's like predictable. But honestly, obviously banning the controllers is the best idea, but it's like it's such a.
The problem is they let the community do it for so long that
that's
like,
the issue.
They let it seep in for too long, right? Like all the boomers.
Have
all talked about like banning this thing like when it came out forever ago, right? Because the games were decided for it, etc. This move from Capcom puts it more into the realm of like, let the software control it. Don't let the hardware decide what the game is supposed to see.
That's always the number one argument, right? It's just like software versus hardware, but it's like that's what it's sending to the software. Up plus down. It used to be up, and now it's just like neutral. So it's like, what is the answer?
Well, it's because their hardware is sending not what it's doing, basically, right? So because the hardware is not sending what it's doing, that's the problem, essentially. So now Capcom is saying, like, send us what you're actually doing and we'll take care of it. Either send us everything or send us nothing. So basically that's the problem, and they want basically the software to take care of it. And in the past, the software did not take care of it, which is why all this existed in the first place.
Dude, remember the very first issue with Hitbox was with Ultimate Mario vs. Capcom 3, because it wasn't even an idea in the developers' brains that you can hold left and right at the same time, and the left-right mix is just neutralized. You could block all left-right mix. It's just high and low mix at that point. And
I mean, we've seen the entire saga. I was there when I first saw the Hitbox, when that guy won. He got like second or third. His name was Dustin. He goes by Hitbox Dustin now. Wonder why. He was the guy that was playing, and he got like second at this tournament. at Wednesday Night Fights, with he was playing like Modok or something, right? And everyone saw it, and no one really thought like, oh, he could block left and right. I don't even think he might not even know it
Damn.
for all I know, right? It was just one of those things where people looked at it, it was like, that might be a little fishy. And then they tested it out, and from what I heard, I don't know if this is true, is that you could block left and right at the same time, just by holding left and right together on a hitbox. But I don't know if that's possible with a controller or not. I don't know if people have tested it back then, but that's the thing, right? It was the game took the input and said, we don't know what to do with this. We've never dealt with this before. You can block both ways.
Apparently, that was also just Marvel 3, not Ultimate. So I think there was an update between those two games too. So,
yeah. I think it was an early Marvel 3. But the other thing too was that because people found out, right? The initial response, I think, I'm fairly certain, was to ban the hitbox, right? It just makes sense, easy. The hitbox guys come back with the SOCD cleaning thing to make sure that, all right, left and right, we'll make sure this is neutral. But up and down, we want to be up.
Dude, in the past, we were stuck on left and right.
It's in a Marvel game. Yeah, let's make up and down up, because if I'm holding down and up at the same time and I'm blocking, I don't want to be grounded. I want to be airborne so I can chicken block.
Oh,
maybe, I don't know.
Oh shit!
So, and then that becomes the standard throughout the years, because that's just how it was at the beginning, And like people are saying, like, oh, it's been the standard. It should always be the same. But motherfucker, the standard was set by someone playing, a game that he did it for, right? Now I don't know if this is all true or not. This is just how I viewed it from the get-go, because I'm an outsider looking at it, but that's how I've seen it.
Yeah, and more importantly, the standards, like, they've stuck around, but they're not standards. They just have been accepted. Like
we just let it slide for so long, right?
It's a grander statement than it actually is.
Yeah, we don't know what the standard is.
There were no tours and shit back then. There was nothing, right? There weren't tours and shit till like 6 years after that.
Yeah,
maybe more, 8 years after that.
Dude, I also hear like the other arguments, like, oh, but you could do all this stuff on a pad. But it's like, didn't they ban that too, where you can't have 2 directional inputs on like 2 different things? This is like hitbox is like you could hold 2, SOCDs,
right?
Yeah.
As far as I heard, I mean, isn't in Street Fighter 6 you cannot use the analog sticks anymore or something?
I think they made it a software change now. That's what I heard. Where it's like if you input 2 directions at the, with like 2 different direction stuff, it'll just cancel out. But
I mean, it makes sense for Capcom to even get ahead of that, anyways, because if they're planning on saying like we need to do it within our game, we'll handle the SOCD within our game,
right?
So that people can't, fuck with our game in terms of the inputs like that. Then then it's obviously like we have to ban SOCD straight up, just because it's already fucking with their inputs. So. Man, it sucks on this podcast because we're all boomers and none of us are gonna back hitbox up. There needs to be at least one guy to take.
Well, we need some young guy to be like, "Yo, man, but I've been playing this thing for like 8 years, man."
No, you need you need like legitimate arguments, dude. We can't play these hitbox arguments
because
legitimate
argument. What legitimate argument is there?
That's the defense I have for that.
So I need to play on a hitbox.
That one I could kind of feel, I kind of feel, like players like Ultra Davis that it's like, he can't play on stick anymore, so it's like
okay. But here's the thing: he also can't play on a hitbox anymore. A hitbox is not meant for people who have arthritis. That shit causes arthritis. That shit will cause more problems than it's worth. That's the reason why he plays on that fucking globe thing.
Yeah, the mannequin head, the ergo box. Yeah. Like even
the reason why
I think
people are playing
Tokyo's
shit
moving
like
to that too now.
Yeah,
a lot of people are moving to leverless controllers too, right? I mean, it's because of this bullshit. Basically, like you can do perfect flash kicks. Like it's perfect. It's a perfect input. Like good luck doing on anything else.
Letting go of down. That's actually crazy. You have a perfect charge for your next one already. Like
it's because you never go to neutral, is what it is. So you're straight from down to up by just holding down and tapping the up button. There's never a neutral there. So you're straight up to up there. So that's why it's perfect. You don't have any frames of neutral.
That's not even possible on a stick. How do you skip the neutral on a stick?
Right, and so like you can do it, but it's like super fast, and that you're within the frame count or whatever of the inputs, but it's hard. Basically, whereas it's not hard.
Just pushing over their stick every time they try to do it online.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not fair.
It's an interesting start. I don't know where it's gonna go, because I've read some of the hitbox tweets afterwards, because I honestly didn't know what they have said afterwards, and obviously I think they're making changes to their whatever so that there's no SOCD, it's compliant or
right. This can be compliant. They're beta testing right now. I don't know if it was finalized yet, but they said it was in beta and they were going to release it when it's clear.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I want to know if it's gonna go further than that. If it's more tours, more places are gonna implement that, because I think it's gonna have to be a more developer software based thing where it's like, look, we can't have people doing that. So
And like, let's not forget, this is the year of like new fighting games, right? Street Fighter 6 coming out, you know, like in the horizon, you know, within the next year or two, whatever. We're getting Tekken 8. We're gonna get Mortal Kombat 12 as well, supposed to be coming out in the next year. So it's like all these things are happening. It's like they all have to kind of take or pay attention to it, especially now, right? You can't run with the excuse of like, oh, we didn't expect these controllers to exist anymore, you know, like this is designed for an arcade. That excuse doesn't work for developers anymore. So they have to address it, and this is the first big publisher to address it for their you know, tournament series, and I'm very curious about what happens going forward, because I see a big problem with enforcement. Like, even if you say they're allowed, like, how do you know the ones from the past 10 years are the ones that are valid with this rule set? You know, like, the hitboxes aren't going to have an LED on it, whatever, you know, to show what firmware they're on, etc. So what are you going to do?
What about custom sticks, you know, like do-it-yourself at home made sticks and stuff? Yeah. It's like, how do you police every single one of those controllers?
Like, when Street Fighter 5 hit EVO, what was it? It was 5,000 people that entered?
Right? The first one, yeah.
And so now Street Fighter 6, this could be the first EVO. They've already said that pre-reg numbers are higher than ever. Like, so let's say it's 5,000 plus again, and let's say, I don't know, 20% are levelless controls. So you have 1,000 leveless controllers. You're gonna check them all one by one, make sure they're all compliant.
1,000, I think, is undershooting it. By the way,
I know. I'm just saying.
That's crazy, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you enforce this?
I think that's almost the majority. I think, honestly, the majority, especially for Street Fighter 6, is going to be controller number 1, hitbox number 2, joystick number 3 by a long shot.
Yeah. So how do you enforce? You know, I don't know.
Only way you can enforce the Cannon brothers got to touch every up and down. Like, fucked up. Tony, you're on up. Tony, you're on down. Figure it out.
We got white gloves on. let me test this button.
There's like a TSA agent, dude. You just got to make sure.
Dude, that would be great.
That's where we're headed.
Dude.
Yeah, it's impossible to enforce. That's the thing. It's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna do it. But the thing is that you know, controllers can have macros too, right? People can have one button electrics, and that's also impossible to pretty much enforce. You have to actually like be looking at a motherfucker and be like,
but in this case,
is weird.
See, like, so in that case, it's like somebody went and did some extra stuff, right? In this case, you didn't do jack extra. You bought that thing, you never touched it. You know, like, that's where it's at until you know, buy the one in 2024 or whatever.
You know, and the fucked up thing too is that I would say probably the majority of hitbox users don't even know what SOCD does, how it works, right? They just use it because, you know, it's comfortable.
It's like, this is the one,
Yeah, but they don't understand. You know, they might not even understand, and it's not even the reason why they got a hitbox for it, right? And if they switch it up, it probably fuck up with their whole entire situation. You know, that's fucks up what they're used to, and that's pretty funny.
Ricky is enjoying the shit out of this.
Do you guys think,
it's interesting.
Do you guys think Capcom can implement some kind of like AI hitbox detecting software where it's like, no,
you can't. Damn. That's the whole problem, because right now they don't want the sticks to send inputs that aren't what the stick is doing. They want it to be exactly what is on the stick. That's the whole problem right now. They're saying, hey, stop doing stuff that you're not doing. You know, like, let us handle it. So they have no way of detecting it.
Yep.
Shit
and
sounds
even
fucked,
then,
man.
right? Yeah. Even then, like, when you play online in Street Fighter 6, because online is part of their tour, how do you know if someone's using the modified hitbox or the valid one or not?
That's true.
Yeah, you'd have to just look at inputs and then just like really be like, hey, those inputs kind of look fishy.
Yeah, he's perfect every time there. Those flash keys are awfully perfect.
I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
It's pretty wild. It's like, I think the first sign, you know, of the new change was like when you see Daigo and like Tokido and all the top like Japanese players like switching over to hitbox, and it's just like,
oh yeah,
it clearly has an advantage for our game and blah blah blah. You know, it's just.
And they all didn't want to, dude. You could tell, like, they're like, well, I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do it. You know, like, I have to do it.
Damn.
I bet you some of them probably would have been like, I would switch a controller if I could, but shit just don't feel right. I got to use a joystick, but hitbox is the closest thing. It's man,
it's wild.
I'm really interested to see what the other tours do going forward. Do they follow suit or not?
Yeah, the other games, exactly.
Damn, there's gonna make back and forward SOCD not be neutral anymore because you get perfect backdashes in Tekken. You know, it's like, you know, the hitbox backdash, right, with the SOCD.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah, Tekken should have to look at that. Yeah, and I think in the Street Fighter community, I feel like they're ahead of us in ahead of the Tekken community in terms of like being aware of what the strengths of the hitbox are.
Mhm.
I feel like in Tekken, like there are people who do it and they know about it, but I don't think it's like widespread. Like, oh yeah, it's because of this reason that hitbox is able to do X, Y, Z. I don't think it's spelled out as clearly. So I feel like it's less likely that Tekken will do anything about it, unless we make us think about it. Basically,
I think the
Well, I
combination
mean,
that everyone
the-
hates the most is Akuma and Hitbox together. I think that's the most common one, right? Like everyone's like,
Mm.
you
the
know,
thing
like
is
a
that
deep
they
sigh.
could get rid of the SOCD thing for the hitbox, and it won't change Tekken that much. The up
Yeah.
and down equal up, that doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah, what
affect
is
too
that gonna
much.
do?
And I
Sure.
think,
But
and
what
it's like
about the
you
forward and back one for backdash cancel?
that's how it works in Tekken, regardless of SOCD or not.
No, but the shortcut inputs you can use on the hitbox.
It's the same because if you hold forward, you're holding forward, and then
Yeah,
you just tap back on. You do it on the keyboard, it works the same exact way as a hitbox.
With the keyboard, sure. But I'm saying like the hitbox is causing SOCD. I'm saying like Tekken could look at the input on the keyboard and do something about it.
No, well, what I'm saying is the keyboard's doing the same exact thing as what the SOCD is doing for the hitbox. The way Tekken takes it,
Because of the
if
way
you put-
Tekken took it. But I'm saying Tekken can change the way they take
dear
it,
God.
but you won't see it on hitbox.
No, but
You guys
it's doing the
seem to be
same
waving your
as what
hands a lot.
if hitbox is doing forward and back equal neutral, the keyboard's doing forward and back equals neutral because that's how the game takes it. If the game sees that you're pressing forward and back at the same time, it doesn't take any input. It says neutral.
Okay.
So the game does it the same exact way as the way hitbox does it.
Okay.
You sound not convinced, but I don't want to.
I said okay.
I've seen that.
I think Riff is saying like, what if they change how the game takes it though? Because now that we know about the controllers, it's like I think that's
Then
what
it
Riff is
depends.
trying to say.
If I'm just saying, if hitbox and SOCD does it any way differently than the game is reading it directly, then that's a problem. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, but that and for
In this case, you're
it's
saying
always
it's the
going to
same.
be a problem. I think it's always been a problem regardless. So
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's just whatever.
It's a wild one.
Here's the thing. I think the one game that can ban a hitbox and only like 5% of the community will be pissed is Tekken. Because there's only
there's not that
like
many.
10
Damn,
good
Tekken
hitbox
should ban
players.
hitbox. Is that what you say? They should start the pressure.
Yeah.
Like fuck it. Ban
We're
it.
the
I
because
didn't
because
say none of that.
I
always
think you're right.
I've always
Not
I've
Rick,
always
Ricky's
been the
right,
one
actually.
person that says that hitbox is not even that advantageous for Tekken. Just because I don't want people to use it, number one. So I'm spreading lies. But number two, I also think it's just harder to play on a hitbox for Tekken. It's not intuitive.
Yeah.
So
But I think
it's
that's
harder
the
to
problem
learn.
most people have. Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, just ban it for Tekken. Fuck it. Who's gonna be pissed? Super Akuma, that Korean Kuro, and
So two Akuma players gonna be pissed. All right. Who cares?
yeah, and the Oscar player for
Problem
like,
solved. We
you're-
fixed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. I mean, I want you and Duke Wu Tang, whatever, man.
Whatever, man. Sorry, Duke. You got to take one for the team. But damn.
For the
The
team.
news is that Duke doesn't even play, so
Hey, there you go. Even better.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
he
I,
gave up on it.
Rebanned
He knew what was coming.
I feel like we haven't heard the end of this tale yet. I feel like
Yeah.
we're still waiting on what might be Capcom's final ruling on this. I think they're still looking at what the new shortcuts bring to the table. Is that actually like super cheating where we have to look at that again? Do we have to change something?
They
But
will have to.
yeah, we'll see. I think we'll hear about this again in the future.
I don't. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to continue, but like the new shortcuts are actually the old shortcuts, like that got removed before. So it's like Hitbox already was aware of it, and that's why they put that up plus down equal up thing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is the way it should be. Otherwise, you can open this
Who
door.
who the fuck died and made them joystick gods, man? Like you don't get to decide what's right or wrong.
Up plus down equal up, dude. 1 plus 2 equal 1. We're Hitbox, damn it.
Can't.
It's been the standard.
The fact that they put that shit in all capital letters right above their logo too, like this is gonna hit, like is
Sell it as a t-shirt right there. White t-shirt just like that.
no. Someone said they were gonna get a tattoo of that right above their ass. Tramp stamp that. Jesus Christ, that is a terrible, terrible.
Hitbox.
That shit is
Oh my
great.
God.
That shit is
I
great.
laughed at this so hard when I first
you know what?
saw it too.
I can see it. It'd be in cursive.
The fancy cursive.
Yeah, italic cursive.
Oh god.
Beautiful.
Oh
Beautiful.
man.
Ban him. Fuck it. Ban him.
Oh man.
I'm on that train too.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding,
Jesus.
but I think it's too late to
No,
ban
you're
him. But
not,
we'll see.
Michael.
We'll see how it goes. Oh
Oh.
man, but moving on, we had a big ass tournament that happened over the weekend as well, and one of us got to go there, and there was Tekken 8 Alpha. Buddy got to play the Alpha before that too. So Rip here is the single-handed player that's played Tekken 8 the most possibly in the world. He's played
Ban!
Tekken
Ban him.
8
And the
the
testers.
most.
What are you talking about?
Ban him!
Ban the testers.
I'm only playing it on Hitbox, all right? I'm keeping it fair for everyone.
Nope. Ban the testers.
Yeah.
You and Chris Tatarian got to get banned.
Honestly, I think I might be the person who's played the most. I don't know anybody who's played it more than me at this point. That's pretty wild. I mean, honestly, all I play is Law. So, I mean, the first days I played it, I
Oh,
played it,
wait.
but
Before
I
that,
have
tell
played-
us about EVO Japan and Japan stuff because I want to talk about
we get
Japan.
into
Yeah.
it. Before,
All
before.
right.
God.
EVO
Before we go into
Japan.
30 minutes of Law stuff.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. I already made a video. But no, EVO Japan was cool, man. I mean, so I entered the tournament this time, right? I wasn't there for any kind of work. So I went there. I got there the night before the tournament. I met up with Obama and June and all of them. That was cool to see all those guys again because I haven't seen all those guys since 2020, right before the world shut down, right?
Yeah.
Because I was actually last time I was in Japan before this was literally when they flew me out there to make the announcement of TWT 2020 when they announced New Orleans and everything. It was like that day. I was there for Japan for like 2.5 days and I came back home. And then literally like 2 weeks later the world shut down. But then yeah, it was cool to see everyone again. The event is still EVO Japan. If you guys have been to a previous EVO Japan,
Damn.
you know, it's not the best run event. It's definitely got some issues to iron through. It is very problematic.
Skate through more like it.
I mean,
Just running with
the
a full
first,
shoulder.
I think this is the third one, right? 18, 19, no, the fourth one.
Fourth one, yeah.
Yeah. So the first one I remember, they didn't even have the same monitors at the pools, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
it was
Oh,
brutal.
yeah.
So
Holy shit, I
like, oh
forgot
wow,
about that.
It
yeah,
had
this is
several
what this
different
is like.
monitors, yeah.
Yeah, it was like crazy. You're literally having different amounts of lag on each one of your pool matches. So yeah, that's where things started. Now they have Sony as a sponsor, so all the monitors are the same, right? You're like, cool. There's headphones there at all the stations, whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like all the TOs, not all, but I would say the majority of TOs there don't know how to TO. They weren't trained correctly. It was a major problem. Like for me, for example, and this not just for me, but like all the stations are running just one machine. So there's one machine for every single pool. That's it. So I'm waiting there literally an hour. It's me and my opponent. She's standing next to me. We're like, we're gonna play. She's like, yeah. We ask her TO, can we play? There's no one else here. They're like, no, please wait. I'm like, what are we waiting for, dude? No one else is here.
Could you just have played and just scored it later?
No,
like,
they wouldn't let anyone sit on the machine.
They would be like physically like saying
no. They would kick you off the machine. Like, no, whatever, right? Literally an hour. Literally 1 hour. I stood there waiting to play this one match, right? And then even before that TO had a match on the pool next to us. So he played his match before letting us play ours. So I was like, what the hell, bro? Like, clearly there's like a training issue there, right? Like, and then even I was like, all right, they took an hour to get my one match. Virtua Fighter comes up. I'm like, let me go to Virtua Fighter 20 minutes late, you know? DQ'd already. I was like, damn it, right?
Wow.
The way they run loser bracket too, they run in one row at a time. So because I lost, I was at the bottom. So I'm in losers, but I had to wait another hour for the damn match, dude. Unbelievable.
What?
Total waste of time.
Wait, do they still run? Did they still run the bracket, or like they run winners all the way to like top 8, and then they start losers?
And then one row per losers at a time, dude. Insane.
Wow.
It's like the most inefficient run tournament I've ever been to, perhaps. You know, it just it was such a waste of time, right? The good news is Tekken 8 was back there afterwards, right? But anyways, yeah, it was also on paper brackets, so you didn't know what was happening. So the stream didn't know what was happening. Half the matches weren't up there.
Yep.
At one point, Kosuke, who used to work at Sugamo, I don't know if he still works there, but he came up to me. My pool was done. I was playing casuals with Tetsu, and he comes up, he's like, Rip, please, stream needs matches. Can you go play? I was like, dog, I'm out. Like, I'm just playing with Tets right, casual. He's like, no, please help. We need matches. I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm pretty sure all the pools are done, dude. I think the entire block of pools are done. And they had no idea on the stream side of things that it was done.
That's why they were watching for an hour.
Dude,
because
it was over an hour.
We were restreaming, and we were just like, bro, Genya and Genya and Fukushi are struggling. These guys are putting eye drops in, just like
right.
They're like trying to move in their chair a little bit just to get some stretching going on.
Bro, you can see Genya was just like a giraffe, just like these are matches. Just like looking around constantly.
Dead serious. That's what happened.
I feel so bad for him.
It was so inconsistent about how the TOs were running it that you didn't know which pools were done. Like my pool obviously took forever and didn't do anything, right? And then the other pools were a bunch of DQs, of course, because free to enter tournament. That always is going to happen because Japan can't take entry fees and give out prize money. So that's always going to be a problem there. But that's the reason that all happened. Worse than that, right? That night I went out to the bar and everything. You guys know Rock and Cook was sick, but I got super drunk. I get back to my hotel. It's like 3 a.m. And I'm like, oh, I might as well check my bracket now to see what time my matches are tomorrow, because it wasn't updated when I was at the bar before midnight, right? So 3 a.m. is when it was actually updated. So at 3 a.m. I'm looking, it says like your match is at 8 a.m. I'm like, that can't be right. Like that can't be right. Maybe 8 or 9 a.m. something like that. I was like that. There's no way. I was like, if everyone only found out after midnight that this thing is at 8 or 9 a.m., there's no way because it's so far away from Tokyo, and majority of people aren't staying at the venue. So I was like, all right, let's see what happens. So I was like, if I wake up, I'll go. If I don't, I won't. That's what I was thinking at that point. I managed to wake up. I got to my pool literally the minute that it was like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. whatever it was, and they're like, you're on stream, and they brought me to stream even though I was in loser bracket, right? But I know the guy from Pakistan. I forgot which one, but one of them got disqualified because he didn't wake up and get there in time. They updated it all so late to Smash GG, Start GG that people didn't know that it was that early even. And obviously it's like literally opening minute that you had to be there, otherwise you get disqualified. So it was crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. So Malik Ash. Yeah. So it was brutal. I mean, I don't know how everything was in your guys' end, but for me.
Yeah, stream was fine, I guess.
Forget that.
Stream was fine, I guess. You know what the fun? So Giuna made a bunch of tweets about EVO Japan and kind of like the troubles that they have, and a lot of it, like a lot of the issues you brought up, like the TOs like holding your match, was probably because they were told to hold matches in certain parts of the bracket
streams and stuff.
For the streams, right? Yeah. But these and the TOs obviously they don't even know what a fighting game is, so like they're already confused right off the get go, So
are these volunteers or I mean I'm just
all volunteers.
They're all okay. I didn't know if they were brought in from like an employment center or something. Like, hey, do you guys want to work
that also is true. That also is partly of it too.
That's what I was thinking, because I know, from experience, sometimes they'll pull you in because if you're just looking for work, they're going to be like, we got work for you. You have to come work, and they don't know anything, right?
Japan is different though, right? They like everyone there might have been like paid too, because I don't know, all the rules are different over there.
No, I read one Twitter handle. He was a guy that actually was a TO there, and he said he was unpaid TO. So he was just like, bracket runner, helping out.
All volunteers.
He was like, I know how this works, but it's so obvious that other people don't, just that's how it is.
I mean, wait, like obviously that for example, your example is perfect. Like, wouldn't they say, who has experience? Raise your hand. Those two. Okay, you two need to teach these other people.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Everybody on the same page. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be some kind of coordination. It's like, you want to work? Volunteer? Okay, show up to the stage 15 minutes before you come in.
Dude,
like,
think about the TWT presentation they gave us about the heat system, right? They like PowerPoints, right? They probably just gave a PowerPoint and said, look, man, this is how you run a bracket. Boom, 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 boom. See you guys at EVO Japan. That's it.
That's really what it was from what I read on the Twitter. It was just like, all right, it was like a 20-minute thing, just trying to teach people how to run a bracket, telling them what to do. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that, so like, I know Obama has said something about this. Majin Obama is like it's kind of more of like a cultural thing, because Japan's been doing their thing for so long that it's kind of like, they almost like feel like they don't need help, but they need help. They need help.
They just need some training, man. They could definitely get it better. Like, it seems
I think is a very great sign that Rick on Twitter said what he said about EVO Japan, and saying like, we're gonna help them because obviously it didn't live up to the standards of the EVO name. So
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
Rick was
good
there,
start.
right? Rick was there. You know, I
Oh,
mean, a lot of the
if he
EVO
was
staff
there,
were there.
I already hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, they're
I
not.
already hear
They
him.
were there, but they're not running things. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah. That's why I can hear
you know
him
how it
even
is,
more.
Japan and NA. Like
Rick's
things
glasses
are there.
must be fogged up out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Even.
so the hope is that next year things are more ironed out, right? And then even like the stream station at the end, you know, there's a big old cluster about
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was upstairs but not watching at that point. And
Several
I just
players
heard
tweeted
about
it. Yeah.
Yeah, Tekken, I saw people complaining about it, like
Mhm.
when I was restreaming it, and then in Street Fighter, obviously Punk had some big
Like
implosion,
45-minute
whatever.
wait,
right?
yeah, to like switch out the
Yeah.
like stream setup, and then it'll
Right. So, you know, all that stuff happened, and then, you know, I saw the tweets come out saying like they're gonna address all that next time, whatever. They'll prove that it wasn't the monitor's fault because Punk was calling out the monitors, and obviously the monitors are from Sony, and Sony's a sponsor, so like it was like, oh shit, we gotta fix this shit, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it was one of those situations where they probably routed the splitter wrong or something, and you know they probably weren't set up to do it correctly at the time or something. So lots of little things that a lot of the other events that we used to going to have sorted out a long time ago were not sorted out correctly here. I think
Yeah.
is the long and short of it.
It's been a while though, right? For Japan to have a tournament offline, you know.
Tournaments like this of this size
magnitude
and scope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've ran so many tournaments and they do it their own way. And the majority of the time, as a viewer, you know that it's never made for the viewer. It's always been made for the tournament in-person experience. And for the players that are playing it, well, more often than not. And then eventually kind of got to this bigger thing now where it's like, now you got to please the stream, you got to please the players, you got to please all these other people.
Right.
And I think they're kind of just like, it's a lot of new things for a lowly tournament organizer that's used to running something in an arcade. It's hard, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Definitely a big jump up from like local arcade to big major.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest of the biggest. But it seems like
Yeah,
a lot of the Tekken players that went there seem to have a good time.
I mean, like the tournament part sucked, right? The tournament is also super hard, though, right? Like
Of
it's a
course,
very,
yeah.
very difficult
Most
tournament.
Yeah.
It's always difficult out there, and like it's like you go to the most stacked tournament where the most players from like the most difficult regions all come together, and then you have to play under EVO Japan conditions, you know, which is like maybe your pool's will have the weird monitors, or maybe your TO is gonna run it all crazy, and then they're gonna give you a weird start time when you least expect
or you don't
it.
know your brackets and
Exactly,
what time to
right?
show up.
Yeah.
And
It's so damn hard, and so that's why it's even more impressive that Arsene won this damn thing again, right? Because again is like insane. Like so, big shouts to Arsene, right? He's won 3 EVOs, 2 EVO Japans and 1 EVO Vegas, right?
He's probably the GOAT of Tekken 7.
Of Tekken 7.
Yeah.
I think after that EVO win, it's like, who else has done anything close to that in Tekken 7?
Yeah.
Right? Like, no one is that
Insane.
consistent across the board, I think.
Yeah. I think he's definitely...
Ricky's thinking real hard there.
I mean, you can only think of Knee, right? And Knee's the only other one. And I think this year
and
is
he's
just
won
going to be
Japan as well.
Yeah, and neither of them have won the
TWT.
finals.
Yeah,
bro. What if Knee wins EVO Vegas again? Then he's won 3 EVOs too. Ooh,
yeah. And then whoever wins TWT finals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this year is kind of those two are playing for GOAT status in Tekken 7.
They really are.
And everyone else is just playing just because hey, we're in it, bro. The story of that Tekken that I wanted to happen was Dane. Dude, because he beat every Pakistani player he played up against, and he was guaranteed if he had won or found a way to make it to the finals, he would have to play Arsene at some point. Yeah. So that's what I wanted. I wanted him to just see if he could beat all the Pakistani players. But
he was on fire, dude.
Yeah,
but
he's so sick.
He lost to the Josie guy.
G-Ken.
Yeah.
That's the guy who beat me in my pool.
Yeah.
Rip, you could have changed the future.
How good?
You ruined it.
Like the timeline.
Mike. Let me tell you that.
Why haven't you learned Josie yet? It's been so long.
Mike. Listen. I played that guy, right? I beat him 3 rounds straight the first game. I was like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to play.
Wow, you underestimated him after that first game.
Straight. What was I supposed to think? And then
you're supposed to think that
it's not over yet.
Try to beat him.
Kid was like, too soon, Junior, and hit that NOS button.
Yeah, but then the next game he 3-0'd me, and then I was like, oh shit, right? And then we go to final game. It's like back and forth. Every round is close, double race situations. It was crazy, man. It was dope. I was close to beating him, but if I beat him, then I would have just lost it before that anyway. There's no way I would even got to Saint.
But Saint would have made it to top 8.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
No, Saint wasn't top 8. He was just in top 8 losers. We needed him top 8 winners.
Yeah.
But did you after you lost to him? Did you think, oh yeah, this guy's gonna make top 8?
No, hell no. And
Yeah, no
here's
one
the thing.
did.
Listen, I lost it. I lost to that guy. And in my pool, after the pool was done, I had to play Yu and Kaiser was there in my pool. And Kaiser's like, oh yeah, I got to play this guy tomorrow. Who was he? I was like, oh, he's a Josie guy. He's pretty good though. You can beat him though, I think. He said, all right, cool, man. I'll avenge you. Kaiser lost to him too. I was like, God damn it, dude. And then I lost to Yu, and then Kaiser beat Yu. So either way, I was gonna make it. Kaiser beats my ass too. So
hey, let me shout out ICFC because Double got his ass beat by ICFC veterans Dragon Slayer and Kaiser.
They got some NA law experience out here, you know.
Wait, was Double playing law
coming? What?
Is Double still playing law? All right, good.
Yeah, no, that was sick. Dude, Dragon Slayer is a funny dude too, because like at EVO Japan, I meet him, right? And he's like, I'm like, hey man, he's like, oh hey, by the way, I'm Dragon Slayer. I'm like, oh sweet man, nice to meet you, yada yada, right? 3-4 days later, I see him at Red Bull Fighting Tuesday. I'm like, hey man, what's up? Did you enter? He's like, oh hey, I'm Dragon Slayer. I'm like,
NPC.
I was like, yeah, dude,
imagine,
I know
like,
you think I went up to a stranger to ask if he entered the tournament? No,
hey, let's not forget, like he could have got you mixed up with the other guy that wore the tiger shirt last time you were in Japan.
Could have been, man. I don't know.
That was one in a million. That happened.
He's just used to people being like, "Who is this Dragon Slayer?"
I think that hypes him up, man. That's tight.
Yeah, he just gotta introduce himself as Dragon Slayer to everyone.
Oh man, I laughed pretty hard at that though. Like, you go up to someone like some rancher, "Hey, did you enter?" I'm Dragon Slayer.
Hey, you know where that bathroom, Dad? Hey, I'm Dragon Slayer.
Every response, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Wait, so you weren't even there on the finals day, huh?
I showed up afterwards. So I restreamed it first, and I went down there to play Tekken 8.
Oh.
Yeah, there's Tekken 8 on finals day too.
So what they did was on Sunday, they had a special block for invited tournament players. So like they set aside a block after the finals for all the players who might have been in the finals.
So you got 2 sessions at EVO Japan?
No, I got 4. But the thing is like... But look,
how'd you get 4 in a 3-day weekend?
Because this one, okay, so one of the days what happened was like I did my 20-minute block, whatever, and then I was done, and I was just playing casuals, right? There was this girl Pani from Indonesia, a Ling Xiaoyu player. We were just playing casuals over there, and then just randomly Namco reps came over. They're like, "Hey, do you guys want to come back? We got no one at the booth right now. Do you guys want to play Tekken 8?" Yeah, dude. And wait, I didn't mention this part about this, right? Because this wasn't tournament related, but they have to change the system for the closed alpha test because the way it works is everyone gets these 20-minute sessions, but you get these like 2-hour blocks, and that's when you can go in for your 2 hours, your 20 minutes, right? And that's it. So what ends up happening is no one's there the majority of the time. Like you're walking by and you're just looking like, dog, let me play. Like there's no one here right now, you know? And so it just sucks because a lot of people who want to play, they didn't get into the closed alpha. So they're just standing around the booth trying to watch. You can't record, right? So that sucks. And then the people who do want to play, they get in there and you don't have a partner to play with half the time, right? Like you just kind of partner with like a Namco rep who's like
random dance partner.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like it was really it's really difficult to learn and test it. Like the first time when I had my first 20 minutes, I go up there with the guy. I was trying to figure out if Law's back 2-1 is mid, right? So I go up and I'm like, "Hey man, can you duck?" And he just stares at me because he doesn't speak any English, right? So I'm like, "Oh shit," right? So I'm like, hold down, right? You know, like, and so I'm like trying to tell him like get hit and then duck, whatever. And he's like, "Is this not working?" So I'm like, "Just duck," you know? I'm like,
are you figuring it out? A pad or
they had sticks? They did have sticks for people to borrow.
So you don't just grab his hand and be like, "Move it for him."
No.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it was so hard to test anything, you know?
See
like,
like
I literally spent like a minute of our 20 minutes trying to teach him how to duck the back to 1 to figure out if it was mid. And I was like, "Oh god, this is such a waste of time. Forget it. Just play, dude. I don't want to waste your time, you know?" So it was fun to play him though. He's a Nina, and I got a lot of experience with that. But anyways, yeah, that later that day they brought us back there and they let us play. And since there was no one there, they just let us play. So we had like an hour there, which is crazy. And that time I tested hella stuff. So yeah.
First impressions of Tekken 8 so far? You know,
yeah, see, Doja in the chat said 25 minutes wasn't enough. And I think that's the biggest impression I have is that if you're just doing the closed alpha, you have 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it's not enough time. You know, like, especially if you try to bounce around to multiple characters. Like, I recommend picking one character and just trying to use the heat system as much as possible.
Mm.
Like that's the two things. Like start of the round, activate heat. Just do it every round because you get it every round anyway. So just do it and see what you can do with it. Because if you're not doing that, you're not experiencing Tekken 8. You're just playing Tekken 7 with a couple new moves, right? And the heat system changes the game drastically. So I think that's my recommendation. Because in 25 minutes or 25 minutes, you don't have enough time. And I see people say half hour would have been better. It's not even that. Like honestly, you need like an hour to really like start figuring something out and getting used to the muscle memory of like how to even do the new combos. Because the combo structure can be different with heat if you use the heat or not. And you start having to figure out like, am I going to use the heat for combos? Am I going to use the heat for neutral? There's a lot.
The one thing I want to know then is, do you think like the game, the way it's playing right now, is going to be similar to how it's going to be at the end?
Hell no, it's too early. It's way
okay.
Too early
Because then I feel like that's probably a better reason why the Namco might have kept the session short. Because all the shit you said, get all this muscle memory and all this stuff in. It's like to me that was like an instant like.
No. When I said that, I meant that the way people are playing the game right now is nowhere near what it's going to be like at the end. Will the game stay the same? I think the game will stay about 85% the same. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very high. I think a lot of.
So you think a lot of the system mechanics are set in stone and the way they've okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I can imagine.
I think there will be small changes to them, right? Like for example, right now the biggest misconception people have is about how the heat system works, right? And so even I was very confused about it because you activate heat, your bar starts going down, and then you also got these 2 8s there for the chains, right? Like
2 chains?
Sometimes you have, sometimes you got 2 chains if you did a heat engager. If you did a heat burst, you only have one of them, right? And all those chains are, it took me forever to figure this out. All they are is for if you want to use a heat dash, right? And if you use those 2 chains, your heat is completely done. It just immediately disappears, right? So the thing is, like, you have heat smash, which takes away everything, right? But heat smash is completely unrelated to 2 chains, right? It's just completely unrelated. So heat smash, it doesn't matter how many chains you have.
Or it's all related because it takes all the time versus heat smash.
But then it doesn't cost 1 or 2. It's just all, right?
Yeah,
so it
just costs all.
That indicator doesn't mean anything to you then. All
it
the
just means
there,
heat dashes, for the most part.
That's it. So it's a weird indicator.
I mean, it just basically says, "Hey, use your damn heat dashes." You got 2 of them.
Use the dashes. Yeah, you have an extra one or you don't have an extra one. Is all it really is. And if you use the heat dashes, then you're done in heat basically. So that's why at first I was trying to do these combos and I was like, can I do a double heat dash combo at the wall? But I was doing it after heat burst, so I only did it with only had one available. Yeah. See, so it took me a while to figure that part out. So I was like, oh, so that means I have to got heat engage and then get a wall splat and then double it up. Yeah. You still learning the terminology?
I never bothered learning it at all, so all of it still sounds confusing.
I'm just gonna have to. We all have to wait until we can get our hands on it, to experience it.
Yeah. So like, I am at the point now where I know the terminology and I understand it.
It's heat burst,
it took me that
engager,
long.
dash and smash. Dash and smash is when you're heat activated, and engager and burst is how you get in.
See, you said all that and you confused me, bro. And I already know everything. Like, I saw Ricky's eyes glaze over and shit. It's that confusing. Like,
I can't help it.
I can't remember if you want. I couldn't remember if you want to smash and then dash or dash and then smash.
You smash and dash when you're in heat. You smash and dash.
Smash is last though.
Smash and dash when you're in heat, okay? And then the other 2 is when you...
Stop saying smash and dash, because smash always last, Mike. You can't smash and then dash. You can't do it.
We already know who's in heat right now.
Yeah.
Man, this is too hard. You guys are too old.
And here's another thing that I think a lot of people don't really grasp about the heat system. Your heat dashes are only your heat engagers.
Yeah. I've known that.
Like,
right. That's in the showcase.
Right. That's the part that I think is like if for me, I was confused about it for a while for sure. But like, if the only moves you can heat dash are the ones that are your engagers. That's it.
Yeah.
No other moves will do it.
I remember I remember you saying like maybe Lost.
Maybe that move can do it. 4-4-2-1-3 or whatever.
Yeah.
The same kind of pushback.
It's only engagers. Yeah. Once you're in heat, they'll turn into heat dash moves. Yeah.
I'll never know what an engager is until I like visually see it like a million times.
Yeah.
The fuck is an engager right now? I don't know.
Engager is when the screen turns blue and they have the zoom in thing.
Makes a noise.
The engager. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
The other one, the heat burst, is where your character's like, and then they do the bound. That's the burst.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we know what the system mechanics are called, like the flippies and the twisties and
they
the
came out with
Tornado.
they came out with the official name for it. The new screw is called Tornado. Yeah.
Tornado.
We're gonna have a heat tornado up in this bitch. Oh, nice.
I like flip. I thought flip was
word.
pretty simple. Like flip, screw,
R-
bound.
Reno called it a McTwist. I'm with the McTwist. That's a
I like
McTwist.
McTwist too. McTwist is
fakey
cool.
180. A hit
Yeah.
with the fakey 180. I'm with it.
Yeah. No, it's sick though. The game is very fun. I think that, like, I still don't know whether it's cool or not competitively. Like, I think that's the question mark. Because, like, I know, I feel like I've played enough that I understand what's happening, but like the people I play against, they're not there yet. So we
Of
don't
course.
have that back and forth yet, you know. So I feel like we're not gonna know until like end of combo breaker.
Not
You know, like
everyone as godlike as you, Rip. Okay.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like, you know, people just need more time. That's all.
this has to be like the biggest like
Change from a previous
in
Tekken
terms
to
of a-
the
yeah.
new one. Yeah.
to a newer
for
one, right?
very
Because I was thinking like,
bad.
oh, like we played Tekken Tag 2, you know, before it came out, but I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking like that's basically Tekken 6 with 2 characters. It didn't take us long to figure it out. It was just Tag Assault
Not
was a
even
new
4
thing.
to 5 was that big. You know, when they added all the
Yeah.
crush stuff.
No, because
And
4 to 5 was pretty big.
right.
4 to 5 was
5's
big,
pretty
but
big.
but 5 was basically going back to like 3 and
3.
Tag 1.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Put
it's more of
walls
a
on
jump
3.
from Tag
Yeah.
1 to 4. When Tag 1 to 4, that was
Mhm.
the biggest jump, I think, probably before this one, 7 to 8. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, 4 was a huge one, obviously, because you couldn't backdash, no Beck. There's like no characters in that game.
Yeah.
But I think this one's even bigger of a change because it's just like all the offense seems to be like gate kept behind one crazy system that is still confusing to this day.
Like, I think without the heat system, 7 to 8 is a pretty standard Tekken progression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the heat system adds so much more. It's literally like having a 2D mechanic on top, right? It is a 2D mechanic on top, essentially. Like, when I say 2D mechanic, I mean like Killer Instinct's instinct system, Street Fighter's V-trigger system, right? Because it's
Right.
different per character. It
Yeah.
changes a lot of things about the character in that
Injustice
moment.
trait. Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's that kind of a system. But having that on top and having to manage that and figuring out how it's best used per character and even per player style, right? Like, it's going to be pretty interesting. Round to
Yeah.
round too, because like primarily for me, I was spending most of my time using the heat system to figure out how to do the craziest combos with it. Because
Okay, for the
it's
Tekken
very,
6
very
bound
fun.
with the heat burst. And stuff.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Like, I want to use the heat burst, and then I want to use the heat dash, and then do a
Mhm.
screw attack, and then see where I end up. You know, like, because that's all possible. And I found this. I have a super sick lock up. I want to show it so bad, but no one's seen it yet. But there's
They're gonna
on top
patch
of
it
that,
out.
like, if I didn't do that, right? Like, one of the times I was doing it, right? One of the Tekken devs were there, and they were like, "Why are you using your heat there?" You know, and I was like confused.
They
I was like,
asked you. Oh,
be-
damn.
yeah, and I was like, because I want to do a cool combo. what do you think I want to do with this? But like, I think in their head, they're like, why isn't he using it to do the mix-ups that he could do with heat? You know, or saving.
They're
the
only
heat
thinking
for
about
this.
one aspect of the heat. System.
Right.
Yeah.
But like for me, I was like, dog, you know what kind of a crazy combo you can put together with this? It's
Yeah,
all close to my
I got screw and bound in a combo now.
Yeah,
Like, how do I use
right?
this? Yeah.
and it's not even that. Okay, so here's the combo, right? I'm gonna tell you. So like launcher with law,
Mhm.
4 up 3. Okay.
Standard.
Then
Okay.
heat burst, which is the bound.
Yep.
Now I'm in heat, right? So
Mhm.
now I bound them, back 1, 2, 2, and I heat dash it. So
Okay.
it sends them flying way the F up, right? Like
Mhm.
like super high, higher than back 1, 2, whenever I launch them. Then I
Mhm.
run up, double flip kicks,
Damn.
screw attacks.
That still hits after all those hits?
Yes.
Wait,
Right,
wait. So
and-
double flip kick, you said
What?
screw?
It's a screw
Like, you're saying
attack.
tornado? The
Screw?
tornado
Tornado
thing?
screw. Yeah,
Tornado?
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
yeah. We've
And
seen that
then-
in the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah,
then
that
I
makes
run up in
sense.
3+4+4, which is the 3+4 into legend kick in.
That
Legend
all
kick.
hits? That's a lot
It
of
all hits.
hits.
It's
Man,
tight.
that they basically made this character for you. It's like, because back 1, 2, 2 in a combo. Are you kidding me? No, that
Yeah,
shit was
combo.
made for
He has
you,
a
dude.
motor, right? He had to tell. He's like,
Hold on.
It's back. Back 1, 2, 2.
Right, but I'm saying, so like I was using it in the combo all the time, but I wasn't thinking about like, wait, if I just have heat, I could do back 1, 2, 2 as a counter hit and then dash off of that, and then it's a launcher straight up, right? Or I could have done
Ooh,
like
Yeah.
1-1-1.
just 1-on-1 isn't that good though, because it's not a launcher. It just gives you the 50-50 mix afterwards.
Which I bet you is
That's
probably
like when
pretty
you're not in
good.
heat,
Oh, when
right?
you're in, I see. When you're in heat already,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
1-on-1 becomes a launcher. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, or you could do the nunchuck attack, right? His nunchuck 1+2.
Mm.
It has pretty decent range. I think it's safe. and especially at the max range with it. So it's a launcher that's just mid that you just kind of throw out there. Also, his up forward 3, which is the force law while standing 3, it's like a little jump kick thing. That move is safe on block and also a launcher, right? So all those moves when you in heat are buff. Also, yeah, his manual parry, DSS forward 1 is guaranteed, which is also a launcher when he's in heat. So manual parry, DSS forward 1 is a launcher in heat. See?
Oh yeah, they
so
changed his back 1
it.
plus 2 parry, not his back 1 plus 3 parry. Okay.
Right. So staying in heat without using it for combos is actually very strong, right? But I only want to do the combo stuff because that's
it's
the guaranteed
so early
part to me,
and it's the fun part. Yeah.
Exactly. So all the characters have different ways of doing stuff like that. Like King's is stupid in my opinion. It's so damn stupid because he activates heat, right? And then it gives him armor on that point finger run thing.
Yep.
Right.
The running stance.
So now he's got armor on that and he can get in on you. And then he has an unbreakable throw from there.
Yeah.
So if you get thrown, he gets more heat meter. So it's like he can continue the heat going. So what people are doing, like Ty's the person who first brought this up to me. He's like, yeah, dude, for start of the round, I just activate heat. And then start trying to throw him. I was like, what?
Damn, that's Ty. That's the type of playstyle I've been wanting to hear. That's sick.
So stuff like that. And when I saw it in action, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, and King's, obviously the game is an alpha test, right? It's very early. It's not even a beta yet. But King's damage currently is pretty stupid. He has the
throw damage or
attack.
The throw damage?
All of it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the combo damage. Like, he's got the Shining Wizard screw attack, right?
Oh, because the Tekken 7 scaling is still there. You launch Shining and it still does a chunk. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
So basically, people are trying to do the Shining Wizard screw, and they would mess up and just get the Shining Wizard, but it would do a shit ton of damage. You're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you messed up what you were trying to do, and you got hella damage for it. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff in the game, and the combo system to me is still the funnest. I feel like the combo system in 8 is like exploring Tekken Tag 2's. Yeah, it's like exploring Tag 2's combo system, except just with one character.
That sounds like crack, dude. I was like,
it's very fun.
It's like, how do you put a screw and a bound in a combo, and you have heat dashes and smashes now?
I think we need to. We need to figure out your alpha day 1 or day 4, I guess, tier list. We need the tier list.
I want to know how he feels about Magic 4 too. Whichever order you want to take it.
Well, I don't like the Magic 4 change. It's not. I mean, for me, it's not that big of a deal because I've kind of given up on Magic 4. Like, Magic 4 is like, it's there. Like, I have to have the hit, right? If I ever miss it in Tekken 7, I'm dead anyway, is what I feel like. So committing to being dead is like, all right, well, I was committing to being dead anyway. It's not that big of a difference to me. Like, it sucks, like, whenever I hit it. The worst change for me is 1, 2, 3 doesn't knock down. It just pushes people back. I'm like, oh
thank God.
Yeah, so that part's whack. But, like,
thank God.
It's a new game. The backdash is, feeling smaller. Like, I'm starting to feel it more now, right? Like, Laws is very similar to 7, but I can also tell now after playing more Tekken 7 recently that it's actually a tiny bit smaller than 7's for Law even. When Laws wasn't ever great to begin with, right? Kings, as soon as you play the character, you're like, oh no, he's not going anywhere. Like, you notice it, right? So it's very crazy. Like, they've talked about how it's like very early for all that stuff. They're still like figuring it out. So I'm not like too concerned about any of that stuff yet, but it's something to look at. Like, the issue I've been talking about the most is just the side steps, because it seems like they expanded the distance of the side steps, but to me that's making more jank interactions like Tag 2 where like moves are like going the wrong way and people like sidestep at the wall and all of a sudden you're attacking the wrong way, you're going backwards, he's going backwards. Like, that happens a lot now. Like, I was doing somebody's at the wall and I did 4, 4, 2, 1, 3 as they tech rolled, and Law did 4, 4, 2, 1, 3 past them the other way. I was like, what the hell, dude? Like, I've never seen that happen before.
The jump over tech stuff, is that
I did one on someone, but I don't know if it's working or what. Like, it's very jank at the wall because of the bigger side steps so far. Like, it's obviously alpha, right? But I feel like what happened is I think they shortened the backdashes but expanded the side steps. So I think that's what everyone's asking for. Everyone's like, we want bigger side steps. But I think that's not actually what everyone wants. I think what everyone wants is to be able to sidestep moves, right? And everyone's thinking that bigger side steps is the answer for that. I think narrower horizontal hitboxes might be the better answer than bigger sidesteps, if that makes sense, right? So all we want is to be able to sidestep moves, right? We don't care how big the sidesteps are. We just want to be able to get around moves. So the way to do that is either give bigger side steps or shorten the horizontal range of moves. So I think that's probably a better solution.
Hitbox, hurtbox fixes, like a little cleanup there, and like I get what you're saying.
So
I mean, that was always been the nice part about Tekken, though. Is that it's not so like set in stone. Like, oh, you sidestep, all right, you're gonna avoid these moves. The ambiguity of it all, because of the moves having actual like 3D properties to it, always makes it interesting. But it does feel kind of stupid when you feel like, oh man, I sidestepped the shit out of this linear move. Let me accidentally throw a jab in there. Oh shit! I threw my fucking tiny little finger in there and I died for it. That shit sucks. So
I mean,
I would hope that it's it's a little better. But yeah, it seems like the jank is more hyped up because of bigger side steps.
Yeah. So like to me it's weird because I think I didn't like Tag 2 at all because of it. Tekken 7, I feel like they hit like kind of a sweet spot. Like I don't like the backdash of like Kunimitsu and Zafina, right? And a lot of people don't like the side steps in it. But overall, there's much less jank in the game than there were before, right? And now you can see even with this little bigger side step that more of the jank is already coming back, right? And luckily it's just an alpha, so they have time to like figure it out more. But that's the only part that's like bothersome to me, really.
Finding the sweet spot with the whole movie and stuff. Yeah, I think that's always like the hard part. And then a lot of people just like regurgitating other players' stuff. It's just like, man, you just gotta increase movement, and then I'll move better. It's like, no, you won't. You don't move anyways. Like, come on.
Yeah, and then Ricky said tier list, day 4 tier list, whatever.
I just want to know who pissed you off the most.
No one did, honestly. Like, because people don't know the game, So it's like I'm using the system and they're not. Basically, is what it is. Like the majority of people, like for example, Pani from Indonesia, right? Like I was playing in Tekken 7, Ling Xiaoyu, very good Ling player. Like she was beating me. I was like, oh snap, this is sick, because I'm pretty good against Ling, I feel like. And she was very tricky. We go to Tekken 8. And like I could see like she couldn't like grasp the combo system at first, and then she's got to figure out the heat system on top of it. And so I'm walking her through it because it's my first time kind of like giving a tutorial on Tekken 8 to someone, and I'm pointing out like it's the end of the round and you haven't used your heat yet. You just raw activate it. Like just hit the buttons, go. So I just made her do it so she would be in the heat and like get used to it, or whatever. But it was interesting like seeing how people grasp the system mechanics for the first time. I also played Khan from Pakistan. Me and him got to play a little bit he used Kazuya, so that was pretty interesting. But there's a lot of safe moves. You can't really tell what's really buff and what's broken and how to get around things yet. It's all too early, and people just don't have enough experience with it. Kazuya seems very strong right now. Jin is also pretty annoying right now. King seems really strong right now. Yeah, Lars I haven't seen enough of, but he's all over the damn place right now. Lars is like, I don't even know how to describe this fool, dude. Like, if you thought he was anime before, I mean, yes, but like, he's like anime backwards now. Like, before he's doing, like silent entry, dynamic entry, right? Now he's got like silent, get the hell out of here, dynamic, get the hell out of here. It's
sick. They gave him more backwards ones. Oh, that's sick.
I feel like he's just like, he's all over the place, dude. It's really weird. So yeah, I don't know if he's good or not. I have no idea what the hell's happening. I didn't really know him before anyway, so he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. June I used a little bit. Like, she's crazy. I don't know if she's good or not. Like, one time I tried doing the heal thing to get my health back, and then I got it, and then they hit me during the recovery and I died. So I was like, well, that wasn't very useful, Paul obviously is very good too. Like Kakoma said he likes Paul. I was like, so that Kakoma, he likes the tiers, so he likes Paul. Paul's good.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think that because I think there's a lot of stuff that we haven't seen still. I think that's the biggest thing. Like for me, the first few times I played the game, I didn't know half the stuff that I put in my law video that I released yesterday, right? Like I didn't know about the auto parry. That took me like 5 times of playing it before I figured it out. And then the
auto parry, like Tekken 6?
Yeah.
No.
DSS auto parry.
No.
Yeah.
No. And the stream is for nice guys. Why auto parry's bad? Why?
Okay, look, here's what they did, right? This is crazy because I actually asked for this, but they didn't give me all.
Why are you asking for cheap stuff, Rip? Stop asking for cheap stuff.
I asked for it only in heat mode, and that's what they did. So only in heat mode, when Law does DSS, it will auto parry punches. It's his punch parry out of the DSS.
Oh, that's great. Being a Steve player and all, can I ask for stuff too? Come on, man. What the hell?
First you gotta ask for Steve. He's not in the game yet. Come down.
He's gonna be in the.
Lars is in it. You can play with Lars.
There's no way he's not in it. Come on, bro.
What are you talking about?
No way Lay's not in it either.
Lay might not make it, but Steve and Brian, they're definitely in
dude.
Whoa. Okay, look.
Steve and Brian, they're definitely gonna make it.
let me finish this first before I tell you about why Lay's not in the game. But
Damn.
basically, you know, the auto parry thing is cool because it only punches, but it's only the punch parry, which is back 1+2 now, right? Also, DSS 1 goes into DSS by itself again, right? So DSS 1 the high, right? So you do DSS 1, DSS again, and then you can 1 again, DSS again.
Oh,
so
it's like Steve Flicker jab. Okay.
Right, but it's auto parry in between every one of them.
Wow.
It's so sick.
Why?
I don't know why. Yeah, then they gave him but obviously, you know, they simplified the input of DSS, right? So now, before you had to do back, forward, right? So if you just did back, forward before, Law would start walking backwards. That was DFS, Dragon Fake Step. That is completely gone now. So
wow, that's not even
the whole input is just hold forward. And the thing that bothers me about it is that there's no timing involved.
They
right?
Tekken 7'd him up, you know, like Tekken 7 DLC'd him up.
But it's all like the thing that, like I said, there's no timing, right? So if you do a screw attack, you hold forward, 4-3. You're still holding forward.
I can do 4-3 legend kick now.
Yeah,
Let's go. I can do 4-3 legend kick now.
You can do it now, man. Exactly. So they obviously are, and then also in heat mode, Kazuya and Jin, they have electrics without doing electrics, right?
Yeah.
So they're simplifying everything. So why would they want a character that has like 8 stances in the game? Lay's not going to be in there.
Oh. Damn.
No, he's just gonna have one super stance, and when he's in heat mode, he'll just be all of them.
All the animals together.
What if you actually
Lim is doing each animal?
Shit, man, fuck you guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think he's practicing Nina right now, man?
True. I am practicing Nina. Yeah.
You gotta have a plan because you know, Lay's DLC at best.
You know, like you guys know me already. Like if Lay is in it, I'm used to it, right? Like I can adapt. I'll learn somebody else and you know grow from there, right? And there's the majority of the beginning class I know, like Paul. You know, I don't know about Lars, but Law King. You know, like I can work with them. You know, I got something to work with. There's other dudes that like all I know is Kunimitsu. Yeah, you know, like where do I go from there, right? Like that's gonna be, you know, the learning part is really fun about a new game, especially how you're describing it and watching it too. Like you know, when Z puts him up and then he puts the fight. That's a really good bonus part. Watching everything happen, it's like so exciting to see, and just hearing your excitement explaining Law is very like. To me, like it hypes me up. Like,
all the
god,
trailers leading into
EVO
Japan,
like hypes me up, and I'm like, okay, when are they gonna put this fool layout? You know, because I mean, seeing Law like really portrayed as Bruce Lee, like
his face
out of the
looks,
most, well,
like
except when he's stomping, right? That
his range art looks fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I think Law should look like. I think Law looks more like Law when he's doing them goofy faces than when he's like standing, you know, being all serious and shit.
I can imagine
he hasn't been serious since Tekken 2.
Yeah,
he was serious in 3, wasn't he? Force is tight.
Wasn't Force?
Marshall was hella serious too in 4. He had a mustache.
Yeah, he lost that in 2 to dude for saying his pepper beef was too damn spicy. So yeah, that was pretty serious.
Yeah, but then after that, his restaurant got closed down, and he asked Paul for money.
Yeah,
and then he ate
that
pizza.
Was fine. Yeah, in 5,
and then he ate
got
that pizza with Steve. You know, it was like it went downhill from there.
It did.
I never liked
Steve Fox
that
guy.
Yeah, I never liked that Steve is
Why
friends
did
with
he join
those two
Paul?
idiots. Like, why the fuck is he joined with those two dumbasses?
It's based off the community, Mike. They saw you hanging out with me. They're like, all right, put Steve Fox in
Why did they do that? God.
Because Steve has no storyline after that. It's like, all right, well, okay, so I'm gonna test.
No,
I'm gonna test you, baby. All right, bye.
That was Steve's whole storyline before they put it with Lon Paul, dude.
That's true.
Yeah, they thought they were gonna do something sick with that storyline, and then they were just like, "Yep, here's what's sick about it. Peace."
There is some connection between Steve and Leo's mom now, though. In the test tube baby's mom, the mom that took care of him was Leo's mom. So.
Bro, the Tekken community's got to be in a gated community that only has like 5 houses. They all know each other. What the fuck,
bro? Speaking of which, Jack stealing all of Gigas's moves.
Yeah,
shit.
Jack
dead.
is dope, dude. Jack is like the coolest character to me right now. Like, you know, you guys remember when I said I wanted to play with Jack and WNF way back when? Like, now I actually really want to play Jack.
When did you say that?
So ridiculous.
he told me before the game came out. He was like, I think I could win a Wednesday night fight with Jack.
No
and I'm like,
way.
hell no. And he's like, and he said something. He said he could do it within a month. And I was like,
No
there's no way, because
way.
you won't even be playing him in a month, let alone winning a tournament.
He's a simple character, but now he's very fun. He's very like 'cause I like Gigas.
He looks
right?
cool.
He's so. I mean, he looks crazy, but the stance they gave him, Gamma Howl is the name. Yeah. And then he's got the stance. The stance has extra moves out of it. He's got the stupid ass like force field blast that comes out.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
it's
the
just- it's
P-Jack
so
thing.
cheap.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Talk about more stances. That's always a
Yeah.
That's great.
And no, he's got Gigas' throw, the one that wall splats.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
sick.
cheap for Jack to have, bro. Like the running attack from Gigas he's got too. I was like,
The
holy
shoulder,
crap, man.
yeah, that's crazy.
So
Gigas
it's
is
very,
hella
very
dead.
interesting.
There's no way Gigas is coming back after that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Nah,
that's
it's Gigas, the human. He's gonna be human form Gigas.
Damn.
It's gonna look like Katarina.
A boy version of Katarina, dude.
Ew.
Hmm.
Mama.
Oh god.
Yeah, but honestly, I think Jack is a really good new version. Like Paul is very much similar.
He
to
seems the
old Paul.
most similar, like from what I've
Yeah.
seen. Yeah, he seems like copy paste
That
almost.
that new movie has the punch into the knee. I think that's just
oh yeah, the
forward
heat
two.
engager. Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think it's just forward too. Yeah, it's a very simple input.
Hmm.
But yeah, he is very, very similar. I finally learned the input of that, the ender for that judo throw. He's got the
Oh, the
back
hip throw?
suplex, whatever. Yeah, it's a running two.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
He has a running
Yeah.
too. Weird.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what the hell is this input? I was trying to figure it out. Now
Hmm.
I finally know. Yeah, it's running two.
Hmm.
I don't know. Ask me something. I can't remember everything off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, honestly, there's nothing to ask because I feel like
Yeah.
you only know law.
No,
Hey,
I
how
mean,
do you use
I did play
Nina's
every character.
gun?
She's got it out of strings. Like you can't just
Oh.
do it. You have to know the specific strings for it.
Lame.
Yeah, she can't just stand there and just shoot you like Deathstroke or something. You know?
Any stuff that you
I mean,
like
so-
about Law and Tekken? Or Ricky, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask about the newer characters because
Yeah.
those are the characters I think I've seen the least. But
Which
I mean,
newer
it's
ones?
just Xiaoyu and Joan, so it's not like
Yeah.
I need to know much about them.
No, I know the least about them too because they are the newer ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. June is. I mean, you've seen probably the unknown stuff. She's got mixed with her already. She's got the stat stuff from Tag 2, so I feel like if you learn Tag 2 June, you'll have a starting block essentially. But the unknown stuff makes it very different and fun. I think they did a good job of making her interesting because I played her in Tag 2 and she just kind of looked like she was incomplete. Like she had the stances, but they were kind of like goofy, like she was doing ballet or some shit. But now it looks better now, basically, because she still had
So-
that, but it looks better. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Is the game pretty? In
The
like
game is
in
hella
hand?
pretty, bro.
Okay.
Like they said they put out some BS marketing about like how they're unhappy with how it looks, so that it's gonna look even better later, whatever. People
Mhm.
have said that the reason that they're not letting people take footage of it is because it's gonna look better. And they don't want this footage out there to tarnish how it looks before it's released, essentially. So apparently it could look even better than what we're seeing now.
Interesting.
But when you look at it on a stream or a YouTube video right now, the bitrate is never going to be good enough, right? Like you have to look at like a
Damn.
super high bitrate version because there's so many particles on the screen exploding
Right.
that like things in motion like that just don't translate well to YouTube
see.
or internet video.
You're telling me
Twitter video
Arturo? You're telling me
especially, yeah.
Arturo can't record a 4K 2000 hertz video or some
Yeah,
shit?
like, if he did, he would need like 20,000 megabits or something. I don't know, right? But there
Fuck.
basically hasn't been footage like that I've seen yet. I haven't seen the
Really?
B-roll footage
Okay.
yet, by the way. Yeah, but the game looks ridiculous up close. Like, no one who has seen it has been like, "Oh, it's kind of ugly or bland." No one says anything like that. It looks amazing. Like when you
That's
come
good.
back to Tekken 7, every time you're like, "Oh God," you know, it's like,
Oh
man,
god,
going back to 7.
damn.
Yeah, dude. Tekken 7 looks ugly in comparison to 8. Actually,
That's
Damn.
crazy. You remember when we first saw Tekken 7, especially with all the particle effects,
Yeah.
the overkill in the
That
particle
was in, like
effects?
arcade though, right? Because
Yeah.
remember, it looks nicer in arcade, and obviously when it came out to the home system, it got lowered down, and there was like there was a difference. You could totally tell, you know.
They
but
also changed the lighting and stuff too.
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
changes between arcade version of 7.
there
Yeah.
That
could
was
be a
basically the beta,
chance
too.
that
Oh, it's
happens.
gonna change
again.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
definitely everything is still a work in progress, right? Like everyone's got to remember this is an alpha, right?
Yeah.
It's not even a beta yet. So, yeah, there is a lot of changes coming still, and the
All
game
right.
is gonna be playable again next week at the mix-up.
Yeah,
Oh,
makes
I will
Mix-up,
be at
right?
the mix-up.
Yeah, you were practicing Kazuya today.
That's why I was practicing Kazuya today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Trying to learn all the cheap shit now, huh?
Well, no, I just want to get used to the character because I want to use Kazuya and King more next week. So when I go to the mix-up, if I get time to play it again, I'm gonna play Kazuya more and King more. Because I think I've tapped out Law for now. Like I know what I'm doing with them. I've kind of tested like too much essentially even.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to let it sit there. Because if I keep testing Law, then they're just gonna nerf it all. Because I'll find all the good stuff before it's like official and everyone's like, hey, how come my character doesn't have that? Even though it's there and they haven't found it yet, you know? So that's my strat. Leave Law for now. Yeah. I think Law sucks, by the way. I didn't mention that.
Oh.
Well, no one believes you when you say that.
Yeah. No. But I think that
what's the
because
reason?
like 3 + 4 4 is gone now, right?
Oh yeah, the legend kick at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So he lost the 4-3. Slide stands up now, and he does the back turn down 4. I think the back turn down 4 is guaranteed, but it's like a weird situation because it's not a launcher anymore, right? So it's still launch punch, but it's not a launcher anymore. The DSS down forward thing is interesting because you can do like
DSS
the crowd
into
dash
slide.
Yeah. So like I did it a couple times. Like I was just doing while standing forward into slide, while standing forward into slide, while standing forward to slide, right? And that was fun to like as a gimmick, but everyone just started hop kicking me immediately. And I was like, oh, well, that's
but
not
then
very good.
you always said you wanted a good low out of DSS. Now you got one.
It's not that fast. Slide is slower than DSS forward beat, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like the interesting thing about that, right? Because you can do down 1+2 manual DSS into down forward for the slide input into 3.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah, so you can manual DSS slide, right? Which means you don't have to do the actual full crouch slide input, right? Which means you can do a standing slide pretty fast now without learning to do it officially. Yeah, which sucks for me because I practice all this time for nothing. But now I know we can do that. Also, it's kind of effective at high crushing, so it's interesting.
Yeah,
Sounds
and
good.
you said he sucks, right?
Huh?
You said he sucks?
1, 2, 3, no knockdown.
1, 2, 3, no knockdown.
Nerf.
Magic 4 nerfed. He doesn't have 3 + 4 4 whiff punch or launcher anymore. In heat, he still doesn't have a good low out of heat. So
he still sounds okay to me, man.
Yeah. No. So one of the things. This is actually something I should have talked about. The chip system, right? The chip damage in the game, right? So I tried spending a couple rounds because Law has a bunch of spammy strings and DSS to keep pressure going, right? So I tried just chipping the shit out of people, like activate heat, just try to chip. It did like nothing. So it's like the chip system currently, it feels like almost useless. Like the problem with that is the only way to fix it is by making moves do more chip, which would make it maybe too powerful if they go that route, right? So the more interesting thing to me was when you have like 25% of your health left and you have gray life there, like trying to recover that as health. Like that seemed more important than like trying to chip someone down. Yeah.
Recovering the gray health when you're the guy that got hit. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Because recovering your health, like with Law for the pressure, same kind of pressure I'm doing, to recover my own health was way more beneficial than trying to chip someone else down.
Was it pretty easy to recover, like 20, 30% health? Like...
I would say like 5-7% is pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And combos leave you with a lot of gray, right? So it's like not too hard to have gray. Okay.
I don't know how that system works yet, though. If it's based on whether you heat burst and screw attack, or I don't know what the rules are for that.
Do you get your gray health back without heat if you're just hitting them? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So it just rewards aggression.
Yeah.
Like that's how the game is basically built on.
So if nobody activates heat, you can still chip each other down, right? Because there are moves that do chip even without heat.
Yep.
And then you can still recover that gray health, or if you get comboed, right? And then if you want to recover that health, you just have to attack and they're blocking it, whatever.
Yeah. Even hits and combos. Yeah, that shit is interesting.
Yeah, so like end of the round when both people's life bars are low, it's honestly for me it's a little confusing now because I don't know how much damage I have to do to kill them because I see their life and then I see the gray health. I'm like, I know I only have to kill the life part, not plus the gray health part, but I'm like constantly thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at looking at the gray health and the real health.
Right. So you gotta like learn to not look at the gray part and just focus on the killable part, basically.
Right.
Well, so I mean, obviously this is just hypothetical because I don't know if you encountered the situation, but what happened was, let's say I had 25 points of health. And you do a move that does exactly 25, but I hit you with something like a jab and we trade. Am I going to regain that health and then live, you think? Or you think I'll die?
I think you should live.
Damn, freaking Schrodinger's cat and shit with the...
that's a very good question. I don't know what actually happens, but you should live. Yeah.
I'm curious.
I don't know, but...
Will that also activate slow-mo at the same time?
I don't know. Even trigger slow-mo? I don't know.
Yeah, because the slow-mo will activate your health, and then does you know what I mean? Like it'll hit. Will the slow mo
sounds like-
regain
My
slower or
brain's
sounds
starting
like
to
a-
hurt.
what Ricky just said. What Ricky just said sounds like something that might be screwed up with rollback. You know,
Oh,
Yeah,
like
Right.
people are
yeah.
gonna die without being dead and shit because of rollback. Like, wait, I didn't die. What the hell? Like, why does it say KO? You know, like that's one of those situations because you recovered health while also dying.
Dang.
Speaking of the slow mos, did that also like? Were there a lot of them? Because
No,
people were saying
there's
that they
less.
happen in the middle of rounds now too.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I've
They-
heard. From,
I
like,
haven't-
I don't know.
matches like in rounds, or just regular.
I
Yeah,
haven't
maybe that was
seen-
speculation. I don't know if that was the case. If it
The
was
only time that there's anything like that is when you low parry now. So
There's
low
like a
parries, low parries
animation
has
on
an
low parry?
animation. Yeah.
Like
It's like,
Hermit,
like a zooming
Hermit,
animation.
like when Hermit catches a low and it goes like that, and like Geese low parry when he does the manual one.
Oh, the
Kinda,
low
yeah,
one?
Yeah. Yeah. So the whole
Oh.
the whole thing goes "Pah!" and then you low parry, then you can do your combo. So
Oh,
there's
I
like there's like a
see.
little
Okay.
minor zoom and everything. on
Oh,
it, yeah.
So it's like
it's
a visual cue now.
It's a
for
big
it.
visual cue now.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
okay,
way big. Like
okay.
it will throw you off the first time you see it, 100% guaranteed.
I wonder why they did that
Okay.
though, because it's not
Yeah,
like it's not like low parry combos needed a visual cue. So that's more like a
No.
that's more like a spectator
It's a
thing. I would
spectator
feel.
Yeah,
thing, for
spectator
sure.
cue. Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
That's good. I like that actually. That's cool.
Yeah, it has a little excitement, like low parry. You know,
I
there's
noticed
It
something
that-
that
scares the
happens.
crap out of me whenever I do it now.
Yeah.
It's like, did I do something right? It's like, I
No, it
noticed
feels like I
that
did something
too.
wrong every time.
Oh.
Like, what did I get hit by? Do a combo.
Big ass spark, like you did something wrong. I noticed too that in like some of the footage that when you throw a power crush now, you know how like the power crush weakness is throw and lows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
yeah.
has like a huge like throw spark
Big
on
ass.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. I got my ass kicked like that. It fucked me up. I was like,
Mhm.
I was doing a throw, and wait, was it throw? And I got power crush. Was that what it was, or a trade? I think it does it on that, and also on counter hitting a throw.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Steve
So I was doing.
Backward, let's go.
So I was doing a throw, and somebody counter hit me. It was the biggest goddamn spark I've ever seen. I was like, "What the hell? I'm never doing a throw again in my life." It was like I felt so bad afterwards, dude.
Wow. Yeah,
Counter
so throws are getting even worse
throws-
now.
Counter throws still exist, and there's a huge
still
spark
exist.
on it now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it almost looks like a different animation. Like it's a custom animation for that effect essentially. Like, oh, you beat the throw with this, or you beat the power crush with that. You know, like it feels like a special indicator for that kind of a moment.
Damn. Okay. They added those. It seems like across the board. The low parry, the throw, power crush throw. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
cool.
also King, you know King has blue spark giant swing now, right?
What is that, like a
Oh,
faster
God.
input or something?
Yeah, I think from what we were testing, it seems like it's a Omen Thunder Godfist input. We have to hit the direction at the end with the button together.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
still a
not
giant
bad.
swing input
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
And
Just
then
how you-
when you do it, the camera angle is different.
Why?
So it's a slightly higher camera angle, and then you can see him like swinging from
Oh,
top
that's
down view
cool.
almost.
Does he
and
do more
then-
damage or some shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
no.
like you hit the wall and like it's like, oh my god.
Wait, can
Like,
you
the
can
cam-
you still tech roll this giant swing?
Yeah,
is
we
that-
tested that. You
Oh,
can't
thank God.
tackle it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we all we're like, can you tackle this one? We all get scared. you know?
Oh shit! Oh god!
Reminds me of Ivy, summoning soul, whatever the hell her throw was. Remember when you had to get it like exactly right in order to get the most damaging one?
Yeah,
I
so-
always thought those kind of just frames were interesting.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Also,
Yeah, that's kinda
I saw
cool.
Lon
And scary.
Paul's custom intro. I don't think people have seen that yet. That's
what?
badass.
They have a custom
Yeah,
intro together.
They do.
What is it?
I love all the little.
They clash on hits basically, but Lon is like this hit and Paul is like this kind of hit, and they like
What?
it's like round fight. Yeah, but they talk a little shit first too. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool. I like.
I'm
that.
glad that they went back to those.
Yeah,
the old
same
intros.
here.
Yeah, I love. Those.
I like Paul's like oos like that. I've been like really watching those clips and like man, Paul is I like that. He's like the whole oos animation. His rage art is like where I was telling Mike when he was playing his video where like say he's at a in tournaments, grand finals or whatever, and he hits the rage art and then he goes, oos, like I can see the crowd just screaming that. As a visual like thing. It's I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Just me.
I also feel like the rage arts are all too long right now.
There was a tweet
Really?
about that recently. It's like some guy that said
A
like
generic
super,
one, right?
yeah, a generic
Yeah.
one. Just fighting games across the board shouldn't take longer than super shouldn't take longer than 3
Yeah.
seconds.
But like when I'm playing Tekken 8 and the rage art happens, I'm like, oh god. Like it's cause I know it's gonna take so damn long. We only got 20 minutes here, bro. You know, it's like damn it. And so like when you see that compared to like, and you come back 7, you're like, okay, some of the ones in 7 are mad long too, like Negan and stuff, right? But
Dragon,
a
couple.
it feels like all the ones in Tekken 8 like that are like
Ganryu's really long.
I know how long it is.
Yeah, it's like in Tekken 8, at least they're cooler when they're long. You know, like most of them, they do a better job of showing off the character's personality and everything, I think. So I think the rage arts are better in 8, but I think that they're too long. So I don't know how they fix that because they are better, but I don't want them to be so long.
I like the ones like Brian, you know, it's just like 4-piece of like his moves that he already has, back one, jet upper, mock kick, mock punch, call it a day. You know, it's just boom, 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 boom.
You want it to be the Tekken 7 one where they don't even slow down. It's just like just an auto combo. That shit was just press R1, do an auto combo real quick.
Just another rage drive.
Yeah,
Tekken 8 sounding pretty
There's so much cool stuff. There's so much. Like every time I'm thinking about it, like there's more stuff I haven't talked about. You know,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, look, you're gonna go back to go back to the mix up or whatever
next week,
and then you'll have more stuff to talk about.
There's some characters I want you to test with you.
Test some Nina too.
Just test the shit out of the characters you want to play.
Yeah, test
Leroy.
Leroy.
You're gonna get inner circle.
If Leroy's there, I'd be very happy. I don't know. They haven't said who's gonna be there, but if Leroy's there, then that'll be sick.
Well, Leroy and Asuka being there would be sick. Oh, what do we think about Asuka's new design too? We didn't even talk about that. Like Asuka and Leroy
some
being
people say
new characters.
She looks like Donald Duck in a sailor outfit.
I see it. The hat and everything.
Yeah, I see it.
I mean, I think that so it's a different. I've seen the people say that the crest on her uniform is different than her old school uniform crest.
Yeah.
So people are saying that like she's going to school in France now, and like Lily moved in with her and everything. So it's like.
But Lily moved in with her in Japan at the end of 7 Storm.
Oh well, whatever it is.
She buys her dojo.
Yeah. So the point is their thing, and like the mix-ups in France, and people are thinking like, you know. It seems like if there's a reveal there, then it might be a French character, you know.
Elisa, Lars, Asuka, Lily. There's like pairs in Tekken, you know. It's just like those are the pairs. That's what the pairs.
So you're saying Elisa because Lars is already in the game?
Of course, yeah. Elisa's probably coming in.
Same thing with Anna. You know, Anna.
Please no, man. I'll be fine with one Tekken without Anna. We almost had it in 7.
You know how look, Nina already has the short hair, bro. We don't need Anna anymore.
Thank you. Yes.
Now we can have a long hair.
Rip, I need you to pull your inner circle card and tell them no, Anna. Stick to your guns this time, Namco.
I think she's coming.
I think she's coming too.
Lily at mix-up would be pretty sick. I want to see what they would do to Lily because she's been white bread for so long, just so boring and plain and shit.
Dude, have you seen Kane's tweet? It's like, don't tell me it's Lily, guys. I'm not ready. Like,
he also tweeted some shit like, "If don't play Lily, if you've been hating on Lily, get off our fucking dicks." Something like he didn't say it like that, obviously, but it's basically how I read it, and I was like, all right.
Man, hey, yo, what do you guys think about Devil? Do you think he's coming?
Hell no.
Devil Jin?
Devil's dead. Or he's coming as DLC and God, I'm sorry.
I already called it, man. I know what they're gonna do, bro. I don't actually know, but I know. It's gonna be Angel Jin. He's gonna have Angel's moveset. It's gonna be tight. And Derek's gonna hate it. Kane's gonna be so mad. He's like, Angel's not a blonde girl anymore.
Okay, because he's all about the Lily right now. He has to say.
Oh man, I can't wait for Angel Jin.
Angel Jin is the worst fucking thing you've ever said.
Yeah, it's gonna happen though.
It's gross.
Because June is here now, bro. She's gonna take the evil out of him. So he can't be Devil Jin anymore. Michael Murray's favorite character, Devil Jin. That sounds perfect.
Ugh.
And wait, June's in the game, so that means Ancient Ogre's back, right?
Why is everybody saying Ogre's back? Jin killed that
June
fool.
Is back.
What the hell did Jin do in 3?
June's got to get revenge on Ogre, fool.
What did Jin do in 3? I thought he ended True Ogre.
Man, Jin ain't never done nothing right, man. Come on.
Wait, did Jin didn't end True Ogre? He got shot.
After True Ogre by Heihachi, yeah.
He got shot and then grew wings and then flew away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now he'll be an angel. It'll be perfect.
It makes a lot of sense, especially with like his T4 ending with the little angel
Jin,
wing
bro.
falling down. They hinted at it
Oh.
before, remember?
You mean the feather? Yeah.
That dude ain't no angel. Come
Oh,
on, man.
God.
Angel Jin's coming, bro. It's either that or Angel June.
No, Jun has some like darkness. Like there's some like evil to her, like
Yeah.
with the crow and raven shit going on with
Bro,
her
what
stuff.
if Unknown comes back?
And she her having unknown moves. She's just unknown in disguise, man. She's
Yeah.
What if she's the boss? Who's the final
What if,
boss?
like,
Kazuya or
What
unknown?
final boss is like actually unknown. The one with the beast from Tekken Tag 1.
Oh yeah, what happened to the dog, right? Oh shit.
Yeah,
They make it
yeah.
canon?
That would be sick.
Yeah, unknown. Well, the canon part about Tekken Tag, or all the Tekken Tags, according to Harada, is that Ganryu is the main character of those games. So all those games make no sense.
But Tag 2 had Unknown doing these damn moves, and June has those moves.
Yeah.
I think, if anyone is going to be the boss, it could be Devil Jin. That's because
what
that's
I
always been kind of the
Angel
direction
Jin.
they go. Right? The
Yeah,
first
you're right.
in Tekken 1, I think Devil was the secret boss. And then Tekken 2,
But
Kazuya was the boss, who's also Devil.
I thought they're trying to stop Kazuya. Like that's why Jun's back, and like Jun's back to stop Kazuya and Jin from fighting, and Jin's trying to stop Kazuya because he's ruining the world. So I feel like
Man,
Kazuya is
where
the
fuck
final boss.
Where's Jun been this entire time? She ain't even done anything. She shows up at the end.
Heihachi's coming back, bro.
No way. They
Oh.
confirmed he's dead there.
Bro. And
No,
I've forgotten which one of the character profiles though. They say Heihachi went missing.
Stop. Where?
It's in the official character profile.
Source, trust me, bro. Like, come on. What?
Source, trust me, bro.
No.
I mean, look, Heihachi,
It says in Leroy. They say it's in Leroy's.
That would be sick if they time released Heihachi like in Tekken 5.
No.
Because we all thought he was dead too forever. He was the last character.
You know
it
what
was the
I've
last
been-
character by like months.
You know
like
what?
the first 9 characters that got released were like in the first like 2 months, and then there was like 3-month break, and then Heihachi just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, those were. I wish I was around for those days too. but-
Those dude, I was talking about this before. Time release in arcade days were the sickest thing ever, right? But now that arcades are dead, they should do time release on console. It would be so sick.
Especially because we have simultaneous release for this one for Tekken 8 worldwide. That'd be godlike, actually. Oh my god.
Yes. Like just put out 20 characters, and then every like 3 weeks, one character appears again. Boom.
Oh, there's an
No
update.
trailers.
There's an update,
Yeah,
everybody.
okay, there's an update. Who is it?
Everyone's at their computer or PS4 just waiting for it.
A day or two before you could random select them. Oh.
AV said it's too hard to hide with data mining, which is true. That's why you don't have to do it. Just put the update out. Boom, the character's out this day. There it is. You know?
Bro.
You don't even have to release the update until it's there.
Bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
The base Tekken 8 game is only gonna be like 100 gigs.
Yeah, it's possible.
Just 100.
They can do it, man.
Damn.
You know what?
It would be so sick.
You know what I've been telling my stream too? What if not Heihachi coming back? Instead, they just give Heihachi's moveset to Kuma, and Panda will just have Old Bear moveset. No?
No.
Damn it. That would be dope.
Can you imagine Kuma? Can you
you can't
imagine
die,
Kuma? Well, can you imagine Kuma doing those hell sweeps?
That's what I want to see. I want to see him do the triple
Hey,
L
look,
sweep.
Kuma might have more Heihachi moves. That would be sick.
I think that's possible.
But
Yeah.
I also think that Heihachi's coming back.
Mm.
With or without Kuma getting those moves.
Cyber Heihachi?
No. Why does everyone say that?
G-Corp
Wait, hold
Cyber
on.
Heihachi,
in
man.
Tekken 3, Heihachi
Devil
was like testing...
Heihachi.
No, he was
Angel
testing.
Heihachi.
He wanted the ogre like DNA or whatever to like learn how to like harness it, whatever, to learn how to make the devil gene, right? So I think there's some kind of like ogre Hachi that's gonna come out.
Like a possessed Heihachi?
No, like his whatever he did with the gene testing before, now it's gonna kick in when he's finally dead, but he's not actually dead. He's ogre Heihachi.
It's a weird chapter.
What if Heihachi comes out
It's
looking like
crazy.
Hibachi?
What happens if they just bring back Ogre and then just give him all the dead characters' moves like how he normally was, and and all the Bruce and Anna and Beck lovers would all just play Ogre?
I hope it's not Ogre. I hope it's not Ogre. Like, let that fool die.
No, man.
New
No
boss.
one dies in Tekken, Mike.
New boss.
Heihachi Mishima is
New boss.
dead. Mike, the only reason you want new boss is you came around in the Tekken 6 days, bro.
Who the hell's
You
the
know-
boss in
Yeah,
Tekken 7?
I know you're a DR guy, but
What the
still.
hell?
Who the hell's the boss in Tekken 7?
It's Akuma
Akuma.
as the
Is
final
it?
final boss. Actually, yeah. If you count the
Yeah.
special chapter, yeah. Shin Akuma.
Well, what did you play? Like just
Kazumi,
arcade
Devil
mode?
Kazumi. It was Kazumi, Devil Kazumi. Remember?
in the
Like in
flashback.
the arcade?
I think so.
No. Oh yeah, in the arcade mode.
Devil
Yeah.
Kazumi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Tekken hasn't had like a big boss character. Like they're all just kind of like palette swap. He's like, yeah, I
Azazel.
understand. Yeah, like Azazel's like the last like true
Yeah.
boss. That guy
Mhm.
sucks.
Yeah.
That guy's a whack boss.
Yeah. See, Mike wants something like that back.
Yeah, he does.
That's not what I asked for back. I just want a new boss. It doesn't have to be ogre, and it doesn't have to be a big dinosaur bird thing either.
Ogre Hachi, dude.
Ogre Hachi.
Whack.
Yeah, who knows who the
Hey,
boss can be?
Hachi?
Sugar?
Hey
Dude.
Pachi.
True Heihachi.
True.
Bars.
We'll see. We'll see. But man, I can't wait for more Tekken 8 stuff.
Dude,
Harada
talk
announced
about
some.
Yes.
Harada announced some tweets, and he confirmed again two
Mhm.
things actually. Rollback will be in along with crossplay.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about Harada's tweets because I know he's tweeting in English,
Yeah.
and I'm sure he has someone reading his tweets for him. But
I
I'm
don't
always
think so.
scared that he
I don't think
always
anyone's
says.
reading his tweets.
I'm always worried that he tweets something that he doesn't mean to say.
I think he meant to say everything he said.
Yeah.
I'm very
agree.
confident
He
he
was
meant to
going
say
off,
everything he
yeah.
said.
Yeah,
it's
I
like he goes. I'm always just like when I initially read, I'm like, is that what he wants to say? I'm not. All right,
yeah.
okay, I guess.
I mean, let's say this about the rollback thing, though, right? Like, obviously, every time he talks about rollback, everyone's like, no, man, you didn't do it, blah, blah, whatever, right? And there's always that argument whether the game has rollback or not. Regardless of what it has,
Mhm.
everyone wants Tekken 8 to be better than what is currently there,
Of
right? Like, I
course,
think
yeah.
that's the end of the story, right? They have this other company now, the guys who did Fighting EX Layer, and
Akita,
apparently they're
Akita?
yes,
Arika?
I think
Arika.
so.
Arika.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that team is supposed to be working with the Netco side of things, and supposedly also do stuff with Tekken 7, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see what they do. Like for me, I just want it to be better. You know, like
Of
I think
course.
currently with 7, you know, within the US, continental US, California, New York, like it's playable, but it's not like
Yeah.
optimal, right?
It could be
Like, but
better.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but California to like Japan and Korea, it's like worse than it is to New York, and I want that to be better. California to like London or Europe, obviously that's gonna be a little bit worse, but in Street Fighter 6, like that's playable. Like that feels like how it is to play against like California to New York right now. So if they can get there where California to Europe, it feels like what California to New York feels like currently,
Mhm.
that would be great.
Oh
Because
my
that's what
God.
Street Fighter 6 feels like right now.
Hmm.
In the betas they've had.
That would change everything.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, I remember when we were able in the beginning when we were able to connect to like Japan. I know I got a couple of players from Japan,
Yeah.
and it felt okay.
Yeah,
They're okay.
I can still
Yeah.
get some that are okay. Like that.
Yeah.
That's fine, right? Like, but I'm saying like, I want it to be better, and like that's
Yeah,
what
of course.
everyone wants, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like I think Harada always gets stuck in this thing of like arguing with people like, I already told you it's there, you know, sort of deal.
Yeah.
But like people want it to be better. So whatever it is, make it better. Because obviously it's been 7 years since y'all made the last one, right? We want it to be better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
what-
think the Harada tweet was basically, "We will shut up." So it felt like that. It's just like, bro, we don't announce these things because you're gonna keep asking anyways.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
it's funny.
No, for sure.
I mean, obviously, I hope that the netcode's better.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm thinking about how like Street Fighter 6 beta was, and like if that can sustain through the launch and all that,
Mhm.
because it's always going to be interesting when more numbers come out.
Mm.
So I'm gonna call you.
Uh oh, Rip just went crazy eyed.
Look at his eye.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Oh,
We
he's-
lost Rip.
dude, someone call him.
Hi.
Call Rip real quick.
You're here, but
Uh-oh.
your camera's gone.
He's having a stroke right now, dude.
Mike,
Let me
we
call-
refresh- yeah, we're
There he
good.
is. There he is.
There you are. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no, there he
Oh,
goes.
there he
You're going mid blink.
What's happening?
I can't keep your eyes open. Okay, you're good. You're
We
good.
good?
I think so.
Okay. You sure?
Oh, Rip. How many hits of that pen have you been taking?
Oh,
God damn.
man, jeez. That was Harada hacking right now.
That was
Don't
what
say
happens when you have
anything.
that kind of rollback. You know, Jesus. What the hell was that guy saying? Oh yeah, he said we want the good rollback, right? That the style of rollback that Tekken 7 has, or what Street Fighter 6 has currently. So go look at that. Go on, Mike.
But yeah, crossplay is also have been announced. You know, I feel like with good rollback and with crossplay, I mean, I think Reno brought this up on his stream, right? The West Coast East Coast rivalry kind of doesn't exist anymore ever since Tekken 7 netcode came out, because now we can play each other every other day online, right?
Yeah.
But and if you expand that for like what Rip's saying, like from Cali to UK or something, you know, I have a playable connection, that's gonna change the whole freaking game. Dude,
Bro, if you just run
crazy.
a set with Bronson for like a versus 50, all of a sudden just Sandy's NorCal. It's like that's how it goes, man. Just like the online has made the communities a lot larger in a sense, and also kind of a lot smaller, because it's like there's you can have so many people to play against, but it also does kind of get rid of the little regional rivalries too, which is funny. Which now they become tournament rivalries. Now I'm like ICFC boy.
That's right. That's what happened, man. CEO 2019 or whatever it was, or no, not 2019, whatever it was. When CEO first came back in December, right? And the ICFC crew were all sticking together. I was like, what the hell is happening here? They're a region for themselves. Like PDX, Joko, guys are all hanging out together.
Like,
the online.
Remember,
region,
like our arcade scene where we were like, oh, super, when we would play like other arcades, you know, and that's kind of like their clicks now, like that's their evolution of it. So
but bro, now we have PS gang and Xbox gang when we're playing on PC. That's crazy.
Yeah, crossplay, the fact that this actually exists basically is now standard for like every game now. Not just like a specific game, it's become standard everywhere. It's like shows how much the gaming industry has changed, because before you would have never saw this shit ever. And now it's like, bro, you don't have crossplay in your shitty game? Get out of my face. It's like, it's crazy. But yeah, it's nice. It's going to be interesting too, because now I want to see, like, there's probably some players out there that, like, still just don't know tournaments exist, you know, but they're stuck on PlayStation 4, they're stuck on Xbox or something. They don't even get to play against some other players. So now that if they can play against PC players and vice versa, it's going to be interesting. Now I'm going to see those Xbox logos and have a very strong sense of like, oh, this guy sucks.
They're the Pakistan of the online community.
Oh, shit.
We don't know.
You don't know about the Xbox guys? They've been training for years. They just had no one to play with.
Yeah, it's true.
But you never saw them in the tournament scene. But now they can play with everyone else. See you at EVO Japan, Xbox players.
Dude, they're going to be coming in hard, man. That's going to be sick. Man, I mean, that's pretty much covers it. Tekken 8 stuff.
Harada also tweeted something about like the beta. He said like, please wait for the beta.
Wait, what? Right? I did not see that.
You didn't see that one? Yeah, so like somebody was saying like, yo man, can you turn this on? I'm trying to play from home this weekend, right? He said like, please wait for the beta. Right, so it was like kind of a hint that there would be a beta eventually that you can play from home.
Let's go.
Interesting.
I think a lot of people kind of expected that though, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, I'm not gonna put it out there. Everyone's gonna hate me. Yeah, I changed my mind. I was gonna say that, you know, obviously the Street Fighter boys, you know, they're cracking out right now, and
yeah.
Obviously, it would be smarter to just put it out only on the PlayStation 5
PlayStation, yeah. Keep it on console, maybe.
Yeah.
Wait, but I don't have a PlayStation 5. Hold
exactly.
up.
See what I'm saying? I don't want to be the guy to say that, but you know, it would be the smart thing to do. You know?
Damn.
I mean, the Xbox, just buy the Xbox,
buy
man,
the Xbox,
and return it.
You could be the guy.
No one wants to buy Xbox.
Okay. I got the strategy. Just for a weekend. Fuck it.
Yeah, buy an Xbox, return it at the end.
I mean, like, you can actually buy PS5s now. I mean, I literally see them at Target and Walmarts now.
Have you bought one yet, Suiken?
No.
Yeah, what is there to play on
it?
God
because my brother loaned me
his,
his, so I'm using his. So.
This is far into the future, right? But I mean, like, there is a chance that PS5 is going to be the standard going forward anyway.
I mean, it has to be, right? Isn't Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 6 going to be?
Yeah. EVO's owned by
PlayStation,
Sony, right? And like, if there's online tournaments and everything, you know, like obviously we don't want hackers, and it's less likely to get hackers on console than it is on PC. It's just that this version of the game currently in 7, the PC version is so much better than the console version. So if the console version is up to spec essentially, then people might be over there next time.
Dude, that's actually crazy that you brought up hackers, because Guilty Gear is having that issue right now with like hackers not letting them play and shit, and like messing with your PC and some shit like that.
They're only attacking big streamers though, right? So it's like it sucks that like that is basically just saying no one can watch Guilty Gear. That's fucked up.
Yeah, super fucked up.
It's pretty funny though.
That's how it be, man. That's how it be,
man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Should have fixed it from the software side. Damn.
I'm just getting a PlayStation 5 soon enough.
I guess that might be the play in the future. Man, I got this 3080 PC for nothing. I've been like waiting for Tekken 8 and shit.
You can play. I'll play Tekken 8 on there with you. Hell yeah, it's gonna look pretty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course you're gonna. Of course I'm gonna play it on PC.
Yeah.
I just need to. I just need to play this. Play the beta.
Yeah. Damn. That's true. They're probably gonna do that just because of the whole Street Fighter 6 crack fiasco. But we'll see. We'll see. But
yeah, listen. Knowing who's playing the crack in the Street Fighter community, the Tekken community. You kidding me?
Dude, right?
Those dudes will be selling that crack on the corners so fast, dude.
Dude, there's probably some Street Fighter players on Hitbox using the new SOCD shortcuts already, preparing and shit. Like, that $1 million is mine, baby. It's mine. That $1 million is mine, baby.
Yeah, that was.
I want that $1 million.
Gonna be the grossest Hitbox player of all time.
I want to see a South Park episode of this so bad.
You're like, what's that Family Guy? Like, what?
Oh my god!
I just imagine these fools do this shit.
Oh yeah, there was that $1 million Saudi tournament announced.
Oh yeah, that's in July 6th.
What do you guys think about that?
I think that we should probably wait to see what it's all about. But
I think it should be invite only, and I think that us four should be invited.
Yeah. Hey, you guys need talent. We'll be there. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'll definitely down.
I'm down. Yeah, my passport's good to go.
Me too.
Oh, mine's not actually. Actually, gotta renew my passport.
Just the tech is to go to a new post office.
If they really want to prove that it's gonna be legit, they need to fly all 4 of us over there.
Hey, that's what I'm hearing too, Mike. That's what I'm hearing too.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, they're not legit. If they don't let us commentate and play in the tournament, it's not legit.
I mean, I would be IRL streaming, but I'd be careful because I don't know if they'll let me talk shit over there, but I'll talk shit.
Ban this guy.
Can I see your passport, sir? Yoink! Oh.
The next stream's gonna straight up be sponsored by that Saudi Arabian tournament. The next podcast, dude. He's gonna be showing that shit out of that
tomorrow.
tournament.
I'll have like a sweater and everything.
Dude, I don't know about Suiken, but I love Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, me too.
I'm always. What are you talking about?
Love the culture and the peoples.
That's what we've been saying since BOOMcast #1. All the way up to 50.
Of course. We made
watch the archives.
I've been saying this forever, but yeah, BOOMcast 50.
Every third day.
That's pretty much the episode. Where can they follow you guys at?
Not it.
Fuck. Me. Twitch and Twitter at Ricksteezy, RickSteezy.
Boom. Nice.
You can find me on Instagram at Suiken User, on Twitter at TK Suiken, and on
damn, you're mixed by your own socials.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know why I had to think about that. Suiken User, yeah, same
there
thing.
You go. There you go.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Follow my Instagram and level up your game so you can what is so funny about that?
Because like you looked up and I thought your screen
that's the most eyebrows I've seen from you in a minute.
Oh, no, they're there still, don't worry. Follow my Instagram, level up your game. I went skydiving and hang gliding. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's on Instagram.
Nice.
That's actually
follow
crazy.
My TikTok at old ass boomer. There's active videos there now. There'll be more. And follow me on Twitter or Repaul, and Twitch, level up your game. YouTube, level up your game. A lot of the Tekken 8 stuff's going there. on the YouTube channel, which is where this is going to be at too. But yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on all my socials at the name is MYK. But all right, time for the bitch calling segment. You guys have any bitch callings? I personally don't have any.
I mean, mine's just up plus down equals up. That
Oh,
was,
God.
that
I
was
have a
easily.
shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Big shout
Go
out
for it.
to Andy and Kwamba. By the way,
Oh,
Andy
you
and
got
shit!
dude, the Obsidian 2, I got this
want
today.
Obsidian 2!
Dude, the Obsidian, let me tell you, Andy messaged
we're
me
Steve
yesterday.
brothers, man.
Oh, yeah.
Steve's
Andy
dead, Mike.
messaged me
That's over.
yesterday. He said, "Hey, this is your FedEx tracking." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Andy. I appreciate it." You know. And then, yeah, this morning this showed up. Like I've been saying it, the direct warehouse is like literally 20 minutes for me. I got this so quick, and let me tell you, I've have all the Obsidians. Basically.
Why do you do this during the bitch calling segment though?
No, I said it's a shout out for me.
I know, but
yeah, it's really nice.
It looks nice.
And the cool thing, I just want to say this because I was going to stream it, but I'm going to say it real quick. Are these little cool the detachments that come out? You can take this off, and this is where you can put your bat top and everything in here. It's like really cool. I didn't even know about this. It's super wild. Real quick. I just want to show you. This comes out, right? So when it comes out, look at that.
Oh,
yeah, the hidden storage compartment.
Where I can't do it from the. Look at this.
That's where I would keep all my goods.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Mike,
that's a weed compartment.
That's exactly what it is.
Keep it to yourself. Anyways, I just wanted to say that's really cool design and big shout outs to them.
They knew that's multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Ball tops, bat tops, weed stash.
Doing great things over there. Yeah, I'm actually wearing my Combo hoodie. Look at that. And I don't have an Obsidian 2. Wow, crazy.
Damn. I mean, I'm about to walk to my other room and grab my Obsidian 2. Mine came in today too, actually. But
I don't
Obsidian. The coolest thing, honestly, when I went to EVO Japan, I took the Titan. The Kwamba Titan, and that is my favorite travel stick.
It is
by far now.
Yeah.
Like you don't even
need
Titan,
the small one, right?
It's a medium-sized one.
Yeah, medium.
Yeah, so the drone is the smallest one now,
yeah.
right? Titan's a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit bigger, but it still has big spacing between the stick and the buttons.
It's a view
exactly. Yeah, it's really nice in terms of size and form factor and being able to travel around with it. So that's my favorite travel stick by far now. Like I don't even know, like even though with the Obsidian 2, I don't know if I'm gonna take that in tournaments. I think I'm gonna take the Titan to tournaments because it's just
so
easier to carry around.
Easy. Yeah, very light.
So I mean, I haven't opened the Obsidian 2 yet, but you know, Obsidian 1 is the one I've been using like for the past like few years. So that's my go-to. Right?
When you let me tell you right now, when you start using it, I just barely started using it like 20 minutes ago before we started this.
Yeah.
And I was like shocked on how well balanced it is. I'm like, it's better than the one for sure. And I'm like, wow. Yeah.
This is what I've been using currently from them too. This just came in for me too. This is the Q8.
Oh,
yeah.
This
is their silent part stick. So this is a silent lever, which does mess me up.
Must be nice, guys. Must be nice.
Me and that can't just up here sit here
sons of bitches.
Oh, looks like it's on a bitch calling.
You two are my bitch callings. Fuck you guys. I want to stick.
Man, when they're talking about leverless controllers
for nothing. I like how this whole segment turned into
hey, you're trying to the back grip with the drone? Let's go get it real quick. Let me go get it real quick.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
You know what, Mike? You know, I know somebody that's really high up there on Kwamba. Let me give him a call and I'll let him know.
Say no more. Say no more, Mike. Let's go. Wow.
Send him the crystal.
Jeez Louise. I'm trying to think if I even had one. I don't even think I mean, life's been pretty good lately. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been good. It's been a lot of fun.
Look, if you're gonna say Mike a Kwamba, I'll take one too. I'm just saying. I'm all.
Well, hey, look,
I'm over here with open arms.
What you guys even want?
Obsidian 2, of course.
Oh, okay.
Well,
the Titan is pretty nice.
On the Titan?
The Titan is great.
I would like the drone, actually. The drone and the Obsidian 2. Yeah, the drone's actually kind of cool. I like the drone.
I like the new drone. Let me tell you, like from experience, from the 1 and 2, the newer drone is nice. It's light, but if you're gonna move to the Titan, I guarantee it. If between the Titan and the drone, you're gonna fall in love with the Titan.
Titan
And
is
you're
a
probably
crazy stick.
yeah, and you're gonna take it everywhere because it's like
Shit.
literally ready to go
Titan. I need to
in
see
any
it.
backpack. You can put it in your
Can you
JanSport
fit
if
a
you want.
low collar Korean stick in there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
Yes.
That's all I
Yes.
need to know.
Yeah.
But you can't do it in a drone.
Oh, that's a
Just letting
So-
you know now.
The Titan for me is like I was like those drawstring backpacks.
Yeah.
That's what I
Mhm.
took out to
Yep.
DreamHack because I went to DreamHack this past weekend. I took my
Yeah.
Titan in that.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Oh,
even bother.
nice. Yeah.
Because I didn't care. I don't want to carry around a big ass backpack.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could
small.
put it literally
Those,
in any.
those drawstring backpacks are only for controllers, man. How you get that? How you get that thing in there?
That's
No,
what I'm
it's
saying.
really
It's a-
compact.
It fits. It's crazy.
really
Yeah, even the
thin,
Titan.
very
Nice.
light. Like I really love what they did with the
Yeah,
Titan. The
it's-
Titan is like the
it's for-
go-to stick right now, in my opinion, outside of the Obsidian 2. The
Really?
go-to,
Wow.
easy to go, ready to go. You don't need to do anything. It has parts. You don't need to upgrade anything. It's you can use it on the PS5, PC, and it's so easy to use. So I mean,
Also, you got to remember this is not sponsored at all.
this is not sponsored.
Yeah, this is
Right?
not
Seriously.
I mean, look.
Well, I
okay,
guess they
wait.
got sponsored.
Disclaimer,
Those
I
guys.
know.
me and Suiken did get these sticks for free, but like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Titan is very impressive.
Yes.
Listen, I've owned a bunch of Quambas, and
Yeah.
I got an Obsidian. I would love an Obsidian
Dude,
too.
I have the
But
Obsidian TWT
But that's a
version, man.
nice one.
Like, I got this one for a
Wow.
minute, man. I've been rocking Quamba forever this generation.
Yeah, boys all cracking over there and shit.
Yeah, this went from a bitch calling segment to a stick calling
calling
segment.
And now for the bitch calling segment. Hitbox
Alright,
8 plus
now.
2 equals 8. That shit's stupid as fuck. All right.
Damn. Up plus down equals
Yeah.
up.
Question mark?
Jesus, dude.
But seems like
But
nobody
yeah,
does
life's
any
been
bitch
good,
call.
man. I got
Yeah.
nothing. I'm trying to think. There must have been someone
Not
somewhere
even
at some point.
one. Not even one.
Across like
Nah, man.
Brazil and Japan, there must have been
I-
someone.
Sandy was
Nobody-
telling me how she saw you skydiving and doing all this crazy shit. And that's
Mm.
fucked up because she wants to do crazy shit now too. She's like,
Bro.
why don't
Damn,
we do shit like that? And
inspirational.
I'm like,
Let's go.
you know, we
Time
got
to
two
jump off the
kids.
plane, right? Time to
We
jump
got
out of a
two
plane.
kids to worry about. What are you trying to do here?
Rip and I
She's
jumped
just
out of
trying
a
to end it
plane.
all.
Yeah. I got a couple of new ideas too, stuff I haven't even thought about before that I want to do now. So now I'm like,
Wait, okay. I did see an Instagram story of the famous McDonald's where you got your head knocked out, I think.
oh, yeah.
Because I remember I was looking at your Instagram story, and all I see was just some stairs and and a sign. I was like, "That's in
Yeah.
the McDonald's," or you hit your head.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, that McDonald's staircase is definitely a bitch. That's,
Oh, there you
that's,
go.
That's my biggest one. Yeah, that's
That's
the
not
biggest
bad.
one by far. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm sure there was someone, but like it's been so long. It's been chill. Look, Metal Cat in the chat. She's the best. Rip is the
Mhm.
coolest. 79-monther. Boom.
Mhm.
Shout out to Metal Cat. Damn. Boom's a noise. Boom's a noise. Boom.
But yeah, I think nobody.
It's been a good one.
Yeah, it's been a good one. I guess we'll call it there. GG's everybody. Tekken 8. Ask Rips questions so he can test
Hey,
stuff
yo,
out
yo.
in Tekken 8.
Yes, and also if you guys are gonna be at the mix-up next week, practice the heat system. Like, make sure you use it in your 20 minutes, whatever. Like, just activate heat every round. Trust me.
Yeah, what you should be doing, Rip, is actually making a video just telling people how to play the game, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
when they
Yeah.
play
I'm gonna do
you
it.
can learn.
Yeah.
Basically, you're telling
No, I know
you're
what you mean.
telling
Yeah, yeah. So
they
they
can
can
make
give
a
me more to learn
training
about the
video so
game.
they can be your dummy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think really quick, I think
This is
like
never gonna end.
seriously, like Namco needs to like let someone like talk about it at least, right? Just like what a
Just,
little
I think it's
yeah.
pretty complicated in that regard.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that they're at a point where they're still trying to understand how complicated the whole system is. Like I said, my opinion, the game is like 85% there system-wise.
Mhm.
So like they still have some wiggle room, to change things around. But they're definitely taking feedback. So one of the things at EVO Japan, everyone who played the game was card for a survey, and then people had to like go fill out the survey. And I filled out the survey. There's a bunch of questions about like, what do you think about this thing about the heat system? Rate from this, easy use, and all that stuff. So they're
Oh.
definitely taking a lot of
Yeah.
feedback from anybody. And it's
That's good.
anonymous, so it's not
Yeah.
like, in the box I said like, hey man, I'm Rip. This is what it is. Like, know who I
Drew a
am.
big
basically.
red circle.
I'm
just
Dragon
like
Slayer.
that sign.
I'm Dragon Slayer. Yeah, so like, but the thing is, they're taking a lot of feedback from people, right? So they understand that the system is difficult right now, you know, and it's hard to absorb all the information about the system because it's a big change from older Tekken
Dude,
games.
that's messed up. You're all like leaving them secret love letters, like please buff Steve, leave back one save, and like give Law Punch Parry and Heat State, and blah blah blah.
That's what I said. I said, please don't add Steve or late to the game.
Whoa,
you know,
whoa, whoa.
maybe Ganryu. Ganryu's okay, but you know, like that was it. That's all I put in there.
So I got a new bitch calling.
That's how it goes around here.
Oh man. No, but seriously, yeah. Activate Heat if you guys get to play. Just activate Heat every round. Start of the round, activate it, and have some fun with it.
Yeah, go ham. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm glad all the people. I'm glad Europe is going to get a chance to play because especially America is going to get a chance to play a combo breaker too. So getting a chance to touch all the regions is nice.
Yeah.
Use your heat, peoples. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Episode 50 in the books. We'll catch you guys all next time. Peace.